right, that's enough.
That's not what Jennifer Aniston said.
Jennifer Aniston? That's my... I trademarked that.
You did. There's a lot of them, though. There's like Zinachino. Like,
Yeah, no. Jennifer Aniston's mine.
that's pretty valid.
I love Jennifer Aniston, by the way.
I love her too, bro.
Who the... Turn your audio off. Oh, my God.
I love her too.
This is going to be a long podcast, huh?
I'd hit for sure.
I'd hit Blue.
Oh, no.
He's like, no, not
I was talking about Jennifer.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that one's cool, too, but, like... she's no Blue.
I appreciate that. Hell yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm scared, bro.
Are you going to, though?
Oh, yeah. Well,
No, see,
Yeah,
notice
look.
how I asked you something? Yeah, that was a test, yeah, so.
Yeah, sit back, hit that weed,
Well,
and
once I know that you guys started,
Papa's in. Papa's in if it's recorded.
All right, 3, 2, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Sideline Podcast, episode 9. I am joined once again by Christopher Marquez on a beautiful Friday afternoon.
Yo. Wait, hold on. Afternoon? This is evening, bro.
You're right,
It's
evening.
8 o'clock.
I mean, it's afternoon that happened. Like, it's 8 o'clock already.
Okay, yes. If we're
So
gonna
technically,
be,
it's
okay,
afternoon.
I guess.
I mean, am I wrong?
You're not right. How about that?
I'm not politically correct.
Yeah. I mean, just because, like, okay, so think of this, right? They came up with the word evening for a reason. You know what I
But
mean?
why though? If there's already afternoon, like why don't they say before noon?
I think somebody was like, you know what? I need to define the time between 6 p.m. and like 9-ish, and let's call that the evening.
But I feel like evening starts at like 5. Like 5, and then like 9 o'clock is already
Yeah, but
night.
I
so
guess
it's like what, like 3
no,
hours?
I know,
Like,
but I guess it depends on like
okay, what do you consider morning? Like, what's the start of morning? Like 7 a.m. Like I think 7 a.m. is the start of morning.
like 6 a.m. really.
6.
Yeah, people wake up early, bro.
I
Not
know,
us.
but like yeah,
Like some people wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m., bro.
Jesus.
Or like they'll wake up that early just to start getting ready.
You know, actually, speaking about people waking
or
up, at
maybe
4
they get a
a.m.,
workout in. You know?
I want to dedicate this episode to somebody that we just lost dearly. If you guys are watching and if you guys are listening, and you guys know kind of our family, we just lost an uncle of ours, Javier Ontiveros. Shout out to Javi. This episode is in dedication to him, but Javi used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and he would tell me like, oh, you're barely waking up. And it's like 10 a.m. I'm like, bro, like I woke up early today. Like that was early for him. He's like, oh, I already cut the grass and I already went to church and I'm going to pick you up at 9 a.m. And then he'd always be here at like noon. Like that's how he was.
So part of that is like if you go to sleep at 7 p.m. the night before, yeah, you should
Yeah,
work.
but like he was always at the bar until what, like 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
like, and then
But
he'd
I
still
mean,
wake
if
up
somebody
at 4
tells you they
o'clock.
wake up at 4, are they really up or are they just saying that?
What, like, well, I mean, he wasn't the type to just like wake up and like doom scroll on his phone for 3 hours, you know, like, because
Yeah.
you get up, you shower, and then you do what you got to do for the day.
I think that's what's the problem with people your age is that you guys just wake up and turn your phone on. Like
Yeah.
back in the day, like we didn't have a phone to turn on.
Like that's instantly what I do now. Like I wake up and I'm like, okay, like I got to check Instagram, I got to check TikTok, I got to check all my social medias, I got to check how the pod did, you know, this past week. I don't know about you, but it felt like a long week since we've done our last podcast. Like it's been exactly 1 week, and it's felt like a millennia.
Well, I feel like it only feels like that because so much happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we had the Final Four go down. We had all these NBA games going down. We have some NFL news going down, but it's not like the
Yeah,
NFL. The NFL's like on quiet mode now.
Yeah, it's died down a little
Yeah.
bit. It's on Do Not Disturb right now.
Right. And then until we get to the draft, we're not going to have like a lot of like I think you said who did you say retired today?
Oh, Patrick Peterson from the
Patrick
Cardinals
Peterson.
after like a 12 or 13 year career. Shout out to Patrick Peterson.
So like that's the only like real news we're going to get out of the NFL right now. Like going forward is like things like that until we get to the draft, but like right now we just had the NCAA Championship on Monday and then we have like 3 or 4 games left in the regular season for the NBA depending on who your team is.
Some of them even have 2 games left.
Yeah. So it's all coming down like straight to the wire now. And so I think this is a good time to just like focus on a little bit of basketball because pretty soon we'll have some football shit to talk about, but just not right now. You know what I mean?
Literally in 2 weeks we have the draft. So next episode we're actually we got something lined up already for a little draft fun that we're gonna have here on the podcast. But today we're gonna get into some NCAA. We're gonna get into some NBA. But first, Chris,
there's a tradition.
There is.
There's been a tradition for a long time.
I'm actually joining you on this tradition.
Yeah,
today.
yeah. For once, actually, Adam is partaking in the tradition, and I don't condone it, but I do like to say that I love the sound of the celebratory beer, and it sounds like.
That was a nice little double crack. Cheers.
I'm fucking quarter chubbed right now, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. Blue's here too. Blue is in the back, and pretty soon, guys, we are gonna have video on this podcast, but we are still working on it. We got ourselves a studio, actually. So.
I want to shout out your podcast, Conversing with Chris, the podcast. If you guys are familiar with it, that's great. It's coming back. If you guys are not familiar with it, I'll try and link it down in the bio. I'll try and remember that.
Yeah.
But it's Conversing with Chris, the podcast.
So that podcast has been, that's like a 4-year-old podcast, really. And I started it back in like pre-COVID, like 2019.
Like 2018, no?
Yeah, like 2018. I mean, it didn't really start until I took it like super seriously. So that was probably like almost
like 2020.
I would say a little bit before that, because we did do some episodes in person, and then all of a sudden COVID hit, and then everything was like through Zoom, which I don't know. Zoom podcasts are cool, but that's not the vibe. You know what I mean?
It's not something you really strive for. I mean, like if you're in Wyoming and the other person is in Miami.
If that's the only like way to get something done, okay.
Right. But we're fortunate enough to be in the same city, in the same area, to be like, hey, let's go ahead and get together and do this in person.
And so like that podcast, it started that way, and then we got a studio. We had a whole setup like we have now, which we're like rebuilding in a way, because like when we ended that podcast, like I had nothing after that. Like I didn't have any equipment. I had no mics. I had no a soundboard. Literally
you got
nothing.
Stripped of everything.
But that's part of the way the split was. You know what I mean? Like it was like you take this and I'll take like all the money we had made, because like all the money we had made was already sitting in my account. So I was just like, I'll hang on to this. Yeah. And then you can have the rest. Right. Yeah. And now that I look back, I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I should have done that. But I mean, like, I never like.
Hey, you know what? Just look at it this way. Like now we're back. We got some good equipment now.
Right.
Like,
and what I was going to say is that, dude, I didn't know. This was already two years ago. So I didn't know you were going to be like, hey, dude, fucking let's do a podcast. You know what I mean? Like if I knew that.
Right. I mean, you can't tell the future.
Right. I would have never gotten rid of everything, because we would have everything already ready to go.
Right.
But at that time, like, especially for me, and I think Blue knows this, like, I really, like, fucking lost the passion of podcasting. Like, I really did. Like, I literally, from one day to the next, was just like, I'm done. But we had done this shit weekly, 2 times a week for almost, like, 2 years, bro. And that's shit,
crazy.
like...
That's consistency right there.
Yeah, yeah. And that's how you grow a podcast. But it also, like, it puts a wear and tear on, like, everyone. Especially because, like, if you think about it, dude, like especially you have a girlfriend, right?
Right.
And you have a job,
right.
But it's not like you're still going to school, right? So you have all these other things that you're doing.
Yeah.
On the backside over here, like, it's the same thing. Like, I have a fucking wife. I have fucking, I was going to school at the time, work a full-time job. You know what I mean? So it's hard to put that strain on people when you already have other things that you're worried about. And like Misa had kids and shit, like, you know what I mean? So like that's a whole nother responsibility that I've never had. But like those are just things. Bud. Well, yeah. But a dog is different. And I had just gotten Bud too.
Oh shit, really?
And so like
how old is Bud now?
Bud's like 2 years. That's my dog. Cool. Shout out my fucking dog, Bud. I love that fucker.
Shout out my dog.
But like I didn't even want the dog. I didn't want him, dude. And the only reason I got him was for fucking Leno.
And now he's like your best friend.
And now that fool listens to me more than anybody else. But I mean, it's just like everything that goes into a podcast as far as work wise. Like you have to be willing to do all that shit.
Yeah.
On top of whatever else you're doing that sustains your living. Like we're in a studio right now, and this studio is just because I have an extra room in the house. And it's
like it's not something professional that we're renting out or
exactly.
building.
Because imagine you had to do that. Like every episode, you have to go and pay $300 to rent a studio for 3 hours, right?
Yeah,
$100 an hour, and then they have all the equipment, but at the same time, it's like you're on their time now.
Yeah, like you're paying for the time that you want to put into this podcast rather than like, okay, like let me work around the schedule rather than let me fit this into my schedule.
And if you think about it today, like I guess we can get into it a little bit because you already kind of dedicated this episode, but you know, we had a funeral today. Like we literally went to the funeral this morning. I didn't go to the church part, but me and Blue pulled up at the end and like we went there, and then from there, obviously, like I don't know like how many families do this, but Mexican families for sure. If somebody dies, there's a party that's happening like right after. Yeah, it's a wake. You know what I mean? And that's big in like all cultures, really. Like it's not a Mexican thing. Like everybody does that shit. So I mean, me and Adam thought, okay, yeah, we have to do this pod today, but let's go be present there still because like that's our family, and really that is what's most important, especially in these times, is that when you have a good family, bro, that shit means a lot. So you have to show up, but then you also have to say like, okay, at some point I need to go because we have to record this podcast, you know? But they all understand that, you know? They're
it's all about like putting your priorities first, and like family's always going to come first for like not everybody can say that, you know? Like I've met some people that don't really like their family, you know? But
some families suck, bro.
Yeah, like they're just not
like some families are just fucking
they're just not meant to like spend time with each other.
Right. And not only that, but they just like fight with each other like over petty
then, like,
shit. You know
our
what
family
I mean?
is like we can see like Michael Christian or like Davey, like they're not like really family, but like they're family, you know? And it's like we don't see them even on a weekly basis or a monthly basis,
dude, like,
and we see them after like a year and a half, and like we can pick up right where we left off with them.
And that's part of like the culture is that like you don't have to see somebody every fucking day for 2-3 years, and you can run into them, and then you just pick up right where you left off. And that's like something that's very important, dude, because that's how you build relationships. You know what I mean? Like. And I thought it was funny because a lot of these people that I hadn't seen in a long time, I ran into them. Some of them mentioned like, "Oh, yo, you still doing a podcast, bro?" Like, you know what I mean? Or like they see it and you don't even know they see it because they're just behind the scenes, but they're watching the shit you do. So when we put out content, like
it's nice to be noticed,
right?
Like, by
it's
your
nice
own
to
family.
be noticed because your family's like in a way encouraging you. And
yeah,
then,
like it's not like complete strangers or like just your friends. Like this is actual blood that's like paying attention to you and like encouraging you to do something like that.
Exactly. And that shit means more to me than like really like a lot of other things. But at the same time, when you do meet somebody that's a total random and they're like, I fuck with your shit, that's when you know like, oh shit, okay, yeah.
Like he's a real person. Like he's cool.
Yeah. And not only that, but they recognize what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to tell you they fuck with you. Like
they don't. They can completely be like, all right, like get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, I've heard your podcast. You guys fucking suck, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, when they shout it out, you like, in a sense, like for me, I feel like a little bit of pride. Like, okay, yeah, like I'm doing something that other people notice and that not everybody would be down to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely get that.
Because why doesn't everyone have a podcast then? You know?
No, I get that.
But I don't know. I mean, that was just dedicated to Adam said, we lost a good family member, and yeah, this episode goes out to him, and we're having a good time and in his presence, and you know, like it sucks, like that shit happens, but you got to carry on. You know what I mean? Like life goes on, life doesn't stop for anybody. As
shitty as it sounds,
but if Blue's not here tomorrow, then that's it. You know what I mean? And that's how life is, bro. And so I'm thankful to be here doing another episode.
Well, I hope Blue's not here tomorrow because, man, he pissed me off today. Just kidding. I love you, Blue.
But no, dude. But for real, dude, like I'm just thankful to be here. Another episode, the Sideline Podcast, guys. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Or not on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
I actually made a Facebook, so follow us on.
Facebook?
So if you go to whether it's Instagram or Facebook, whatever you're on, I have a link tree in the description or in the bio. So click on it. You can follow us on all social medias, everything from YouTube to Facebook. Like whether you're part of the new generation on TikTok and you're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And like we said, we're going to start doing video soon. So that'll be up, and clips of that will be up on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. All the good stuff.
Facebook is crazy that you made a Facebook. I wonder how many people are making Facebook
You know
accounts.
Anshe, right? You know Anshe?
Yeah, Indian Bear.
Indian Bear, yeah. So,
let's call him that.
Okay, so Indian Bear.
I don't even know how to say his name.
Anshe.
Anshe. Wait, hold on.
Anshe.
Hold on. On.
Like the letter, like on, like O-N, like on, and then shea, like shea butter.
Okay, but I feel like saying it like the on button is like disrespectful to his name. So it should be
it's like
Anshe.
Anshe.
Anshe. You know
Well,
what I mean?
he's not.
He's Indian, right?
No, he's not that kind of Indian. Like he's like Native American,
native, and that's what I'm saying. Like think about like in the movies, like.
But that's
the
like
way
more
they
like
talk.
Asians were like Anshe.
No. Well, it could be, but Indians are like I can't even do an Indian accent, but it's
No,
hell
not doing that.
I'm not gonna try it, but Anshe. That like I can hear that in like a fucking Pocahontas movie or some shit. You know what I mean? Like
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
some
know.
spiritual life.
But how do we? Why are we
lessons.
talking about Indian Bear?
Oh yeah, because we were talking about Facebook. So he has nothing but Facebook. Like he doesn't have Instagram. He doesn't have TikTok. He doesn't have Snapchat. He doesn't have anything like that. Like all he has is Facebook. He doesn't even use YouTube. Like he has a YouTube account because like 9 times out of 10, like if you have a Google account, like you just automatically have a YouTube account. But he only has Facebook, and like he's such an old head, and he's younger than you. Like he'll send me. Oh, are you?
you're good.
Okay.
Trying to sneeze.
Trying to sneeze. No, like he'll send me like Facebook Reels, but it's like I have a Facebook. Like sometimes when I send him like Instagram Reels, like on messages, like he can't open it. He's like, "Oh, it's on Instagram." Like I can't open it. I'm like, bro, how old are you? Like get with the times, bro. Like you're not 80, you're 27. Like just get an Instagram account. Like he already has an Instagram account if you think about it. Like Instagram is run by Facebook. Like it's Meta.
Yeah. It's one and the same.
Right. All he had to do is log in.
Isn't like YouTube just automatically on your phone as an app?
It probably is at this point. Like
I think so. It's
yeah.
it's like one of the like you know how you have your settings app. It's
like Apple Podcasts is automatically included.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like YouTube would just be like
I feel like it would. I don't know. I haven't started up a phone in a long time.
something that just everybody fucking uses is just like YouTube. I mean, I use YouTube a lot.
Even
I'm
like
still on
older people,
Facebook.
even older people who use YouTube.
Yeah. Old people know how to use YouTube, but
Yeah.
if you fucking show them Instagram, their fucking mind boggles.
Like melts.
It's like if they had a stroke like right in front of you. You're like, yo,
They're like,
chill.
oh.
Yeah, chill. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like just chill. There's more pictures on here. But yeah, I mean,
There's more pictures.
it's just like social
It's
media
motion picture.
for older people is just very interesting. And you know what's cool though is when you see somebody that's older like embracing social media and using it in the right way.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, you like imagine what you would have been like.
Well, kind of like Baba. Like
Right.
Baba uses social
So
media.
imagine
like,
what
pretty
she
good.
would have been like back in the day.
If they had Instagram in like the 70s.
She would be like
she'd be an IG baddie.
right. She'd be like an influencer, bro. She would. Think about it. Because they're showing already.
Dude,
like,
I could see like Baba and Carmen like making an Instagram account. And,
or like our cousin
posting.
David. Our cousin
Oh,
David.
yeah, like, he's actually very active on
bro,
Facebook.
and he's like 15 years older than us. So like he would be like David Dobrik back in the day. Like think about
yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Because he has that personality.
Well, like my dad is pretty active like on TikTok and stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, dude. So the older people that embrace that, imagine what that would have been like for them
Back in the day.
had they had that when they were in the like
In
like
the
their
60s, 70s, 80s.
well, just like in
Their prime.
like their preteen, teen, going into adulthood years. You know what I mean? Because we all had that shit. You know, like
Yeah,
we
I
had social media to an extent. But imagine if they had it, like you would see, like people's lives would be different, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But all right, let's get into it. Sideline podcast.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. We went on a little rant.
Yeah.
That's why
We
that's
like
why
rants.
We got those
I'm a
timestamps.
ranter.
I like starting the podcast with a rant because it's almost like an icebreaker. Like,
Well, I
you ever
mean-
went into school on the first day and like the teacher's like, "Okay, kids, like we're doing an icebreaker," and then like before you know it, like everybody's friends with each other.
Worst
you know?
icebreakers ever. Tell me your favorite color. Blue. For most guys, it's
Blue.
like, yeah. and
Why
then-
do you like the color blue? It's the color of the Bud Light can.
Not only that, I have a cousin named Blue, so I just like, you know.
and I
it's
like the Dallas Cowboys, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
blue's just life.
No, I think icebreakers are good because like you could use that at any point of your life, like when you're meeting somebody new.
Yeah, because like you could be talking to somebody and like, hey, aren't you the guy that likes penguins? Like,
right.
you know,
It's just something to literally break the ice.
yeah,
you know
like,
what I mean.
it's just something to start
But-
the conversation.
I think it's good because it also like stimulates the mind, so people start thinking about shit. Like, what are
Yeah,
these guys
because
going to talk
you got to
about?
be like quick on your feet sometimes.
Yeah.
You just got to be like, oh, I'm talking about this,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay, so the Final Four was so the championship game was on Monday, which was about
5 days ago.
4 days
4 days
ago. The Final Four was actually held in San Antonio, right down the street at the Alamo Dome.
Oh yeah, just a measly 10 hours away. You
Just
know,
a little, another hop, skip, and a toss to another time zone.
isn't it hop, skip, and a jump?
whatever it is. I only do the first part of it.
A hop, skip, and a jump.
But yeah, so San Antonio hosted the Final Four this year, and in the championship game, we had a good matchup between the Florida Gators
And the Houston
and
Cougars.
the Houston Cougars, right?
Both
And-
number one seeds, by the way. This was actually like a historical Final Four. I think we touched on this last
yeah.
podcast, but
Yeah.
all four of them in the Final Four were number one seeds. And
Right.
Duke actually got upset. We both had Duke taking it all.
I had Duke taking it all for sure.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
definitely had Duke taking. I actually had Texas Tech in my Final Four, like in my bracket, but
Right.
they were one game short, so it wasn't that bad of a prediction.
Right. And this is why we take L's at Prize Picks, by the way. But yeah, so Duke, obviously, you know, everybody expects them to be there, right? Because they're
Right,
they're the
naturally.
blue blood. They have honestly the best player in the nation in Cooper
Yeah,
Flag.
they got Cooper
like,
Flag. They actually have a. Oh man, okay, you keep talking. Sorry.
Okay, no, he's honestly like he is the best player in college basketball. Did they get to the championship? No. They were a play away from it though. You know what I mean? And they really
Literally a play away.
They
from
literally they dropped the ball. They were up like I think they were up by double digits going into
I think
like
they were up by like 12 or
like
something.
going into like 6 minutes, right? And that's
Yeah.
unheard of for them to fucking. It's Duke. You would think like, okay, these guys can put the game away, hit their free throws, no turnovers inbounding the ball, and they did all the opposite of that.
Oh, it's
And
Kaman
so,
Muluwach. Muluwach?
Yeah, that's the center.
Malawach?
Yeah, Maluk, I
Oh,
think.
I thought it was Malawash.
Yeah. So he's the center for Duke.
Yeah, but he's also like he's projected to go in the draft too.
Yeah. I mean, plenty of these guys are going to go, bro.
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing is that even with the team that Duke has, I mean, the game comes down to a few simple things like can you inbound the ball? Can you play defense? Can you hit your free throws? Can you hit timely shots? And
Well, like okay, I got a
they
question
just
for you.
couldn't. They just couldn't. And then Houston took advantage of it. And that's it. And that's how they got into the final. And then Florida, on the other hand, like they were kind of just more of a dominant team. And they played a very good game to get them into the final. And then the Houston Florida final was just, to me, it was a defensive like showdown because at the beginning of the game, they were bricking threes. Like I think Florida was like 0 for 10 for 3, and then Houston was like 1 of 9. And so it was just like a defensive game, really.
Yeah,
and then the
I mean, it
second
wasn't
half
high
broke out.
scoring at
Yeah,
all.
it wasn't high scoring
Well,
at all. At
Walter-
halftime, it was what, like 28-30.
Yeah, it was really low. And Walter Clayton was actually held to 0 points in
Right.
the first half. Like their
Right,
best player on Florida
Right.
had 0 points in the
And
first
he
half.
was probably the best player on the floor.
Oh, 1,000%.
But the thing is that Houston, they really pride themselves on their defense, and so they had locked down everybody. They locked down Cooper Flag too, for as much as you can lock him down, because you can't really ever just lock him down. But they limit his ability to score. They limit his ability to play make. They limit Clayton's ability to fucking take threes and hit threes. But eventually, in the second half, you saw him actually like start to fucking find his rhythm and make the right plays. But one thing that I did notice about him is he was always making the right pass.
Yeah, he's very efficient on the floor every time he's on there. He had 5 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, he only had 11 points in the game, but like we said,
Yeah, but 7 assists.
he came into the second half with 0 points. So he basically scored 11 points in one half, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Like that's not a crazy stat line at all for NBA terms. But when it comes to NCAA, like you have to keep in mind that these guys play defense like there's no tomorrow. Like these guys lock down like it's the end of their lives. Like there is literal no tomorrow. And they do it for a purpose. Like they're trying to get into the NBA, and it's different from the NFL because like the NFL, like, okay, you got to be a junior, a senior to come into to the NFL. But when it comes to the NBA, like you can be a freshman and coming out, like they don't do the drafting from high school anymore. You have to play a minimum of 1 year in college. But I mean, they're playing for their lives out there. Some of them take a year and it ends up paying off, and then another half of them take another year and they fall back and they don't even get drafted in the first round. Like they go second round, sometimes undrafted.
Yep.
But you were saying that sometimes it comes down to like the basics. Cooper Flagg actually missed the game-tying shot for the Blue Devils, or the game-winning shot.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Is that like?
So it's like, do you think like one play like that? I know it's like it's very niche, but like, do you think one play like that like makes his draft stock just slightly less?
No, not for him. For other players, maybe, but this guy was 18 practicing with the USA national team while they were preparing for the Olympics, right? So this guy's already been playing with LeBron, Steph, with the best of the best in the world, right?
Right.
And there's a reason he's there. And I think more of it is not like maybe so much the physical side, but he's a very intellectual player. And at his size, he's like a point guard almost. It's crazy because he's like 7'1", and he plays like he can handle, and then he can also find the right fucking player to pass the ball to, and then he can hit a 3. So it's like this guy, somebody in USA Basketball pinned him and said, he's somebody that we need to bring in so we can help him develop. No matter what he does at whatever college he goes to, he's going to be in the NBA. And I mean there's not that many players.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's 18 or 19 years old. He's 6'9", 205
Dude, he's
pounds.
a true freshman.
Yeah, he's a true freshman.
That is crazy.
Do you know what he averaged per game in NCAA? Do you know what he averaged?
Probably averaged like 22.
19.2.
Yeah, that's dude.
That's
and
not
in
bad.
college,
that is
crazy.
crazy. At 7.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists. So he's not great in the assist category. I mean, he's 142nd, but that's taken out of context because there's people that come in for one play and pass an assist and
No,
it
I know,
drops him
but
down.
like the assist part of like his game is not like as strong.
Yeah,
suit.
no.
Like
would
he's a
you
scorer.
consider like Cooper Flagg like a ball hog? Like I don't know. I kind of
Yes,
think
in a way, because but at the same time, the whole team knows that the ball goes through him. So it's not that he's a ball hog. It's just that the whole offense is predicated on how he goes. So if he goes, everybody else goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you saw that when they played a team like Houston, where they really they clamped them down as best as they could, and the other players on Duke could not pick up the slack to help push them to the championship game. And then you see the same thing with the Florida game against Houston, right? Clayton is hampered down the whole first half, dude. Literally, like, this guy's a 3-point shooter, and he didn't make one fucking 3-point shot in the whole first half. But what happens is eventually the defense is going to get tired, and that's how you see that in the second half he eventually breaks out, right? But that's what the best players do, bro. That's how you know the players that are going to go to the next level are the ones that, even though you're throwing all the defense at them, it doesn't matter. They're going to fucking get there somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the best players do is they just know how to make plays and at the right moments, like when it comes crunch time and when the team truly needs them, that's when they show up,
Right.
I mean, unfortunately, Cooper Flagg did miss that winning shot, or was it a game-winning shot or was it game time?
No, it would have put them ahead, but it was not
By
at
one.
the end of, but it was not
there
at
was
the
still
end.
like 18 seconds or something like that. I
Right.
think. Yeah.
And then let's talk about how Houston had a chance at the very end to beat Florida.
Yeah. So
They
I don't know.
with like
It was like 12 seconds or something.
I was gonna say like 15 seconds. They
Yeah,
ended
so
up,
I don't know who took the shot, but what he ended up doing, if you guys watched it, there was an up down motion from him, and if you guys watch basketball,
it's
like
a double dribble.
right, an up down, and if he comes down with it and
If he touches the ball again.
Right, because he let go of the ball
Right.
before he came down
Right.
to prevent that up down. But if he
Right.
catches it again and if he touches the ball
a double
again,
dribble.
it's a double dribble foul, which is why like people are like, why didn't he just go for the ball? Like you're such an idiot and blah blah blah. And like
no.
that was a very smart play from him because had he touched that ball,
hold on.
well, smart
in that
after the
situation?
fact.
No.
After the fact.
Okay, so
Because if he would have touched it, like it was an automatic loss.
Right.
Versus if you block the other team from getting it, which is what he attempted to do, then it at least gives someone else a chance to grab it and take a shot.
At the same time, that was the game right there.
Right. No, I
Okay?
mean, like,
And so one thing about Houston in that situation is that they really, really, really failed to execute.
they did, and I think they should have gone in like for a drive, and they should have
yes,
gone into
and
the
that's the
rim
other
and gotten
thing,
a
too.
sure point.
That's the other thing too that I was getting to. Look, at some point you're inbounding with 15 seconds, right? You're gonna have some sort of design play off an inbound, off a screen, off some sort of action that's gonna get whoever you want a good look, right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, but at some point, if you see that action is not working, your best player needs to come and call for the ball and say, look, give me the ball. I'm going to the hole. We're down by 2. I'm either going to make this, miss this, or draw a foul.
Do you know
and there
who-
was none of that.
Do you know who it was that took the game-winning shot? Or
I think it was Uzon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I believe their best player is LJ Cryer, right?
Yeah, he's their. He plays as a small shooting guard, but he does the majority of the ball handling.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm saying is he should have came to the ball at some point and said, demanded it. Give it to me. We have 5 seconds. I'm going to the hole. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like
You know what I mean?
when
Because
you're
you
in
can't
crunch
lose.
time,
You can't lose that way.
you can't lose on a stupid mistake.
You
Like, this is stuff
cannot
that you
lose that way.
practice. Like I know they practice 30-second drills,
And this is the championship game,
exactly.
bro.
Like, you're paying for everything
You
on the
lost
line.
on a fucking pump fake that
Yeah.
you were going up, and you should have just shot it at that point.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like you shoot it. Like even if you're
Yeah.
gonna get blocked, you go from the side and you pull some Houdini shit out of your ass, and you at least try to get it to the rack.
And you
know?
hope for a rebound.
And you hope for a rebound,
That's
exactly.
all
And
you
one
can
of your
do.
bigs gets in there and gets the rebound and slams it down, and there you go. You're up
Yeah.
by 1.
So
or you're tied.
I don't know, but it was very interesting to see the game end that way because at some point it felt like Houston had all the momentum, and it felt like Houston was going to win.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you
And
saw
then
the
they
stat,
get the last chance, and they just completely just fucking crumble, dude. And it's so heartbreaking.
if you saw
honestly.
the stat, I think like 4 of the last, or I think all 4 of their last 4 games that Florida played in the tournament, they were down by like a minimum of 8 points in every single game.
Yeah.
And they just ended up coming back, and that's the whole story was they were the comeback warriors throughout the entire
Resilient,
tournament.
dude.
Yeah, like they were down by 8 and then like 10, and then I think it was like another 10, and then this one was the most, and I think it was like 12 or 13 points that they were down by, and then they went on like a 15-3 run, and then before you knew it, they were in the lead with 12 seconds to go, and Houston just couldn't do it at the end.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Houston players, man. 'Cause
Yeah, like they've been there for what, like the past 4 years.
Well,
like
I
in
mean,
the,
some of them.
in the
I
last,
mean,
like,
a lot of
3
them
tournaments.
are transfers into the school. I mean, the state of college basketball now is that you're not going to have a lot of players that play 2 to 3 years with one program normally. And you're even seeing this now is that players that from good schools like Arizona, Texas Tech are declaring for the portal because they just want to start.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
just
it
want
is.
their money.
They want to start. They're going to get paid regardless, but they want to play. That's what it is.
Did you see that quarterback from? This is like football, but did you see that quarterback from? I think it was Tennessee, where he's holding out from minicamp for college
Yeah.
because his NIL deal was $2 million last year, and now he wants $4 million.
Yeah.
Like you're doing that in college. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you are not good enough. Like there are 3,200 other kids behind you that want this starting spot. I will gladly give it to someone else that's either willing to play for free for the love of the game, or shoot, I'll give you a $10,000 contract, $50,000 contract, $500,000 contract. That is not $4 million in college. Like, I don't think anybody in college is worth that $4 million NIL deal.
No,
like,
no, but-
not even rookies
okay,
in the NFL make
right,
that.
but you have to think about the big picture, dude. And I understand what you're saying, right?
Like Tennessee, they lost. Okay, who was their quarterback? Like it was Joe Milton like 2 years ago.
Some guy that none of us know.
Yeah, and then they lose their running back this year in this year's draft.
Hold on.
And like, who do they
Look.
really have to where they're gonna win a championship with a $4 million quarterback?
Look. People like to throw the money around. and then NIL. I get it, right? But this is what the NCAA was always trying to stop, is that these guys can potentially earn as much money as they want because somebody is willing to pay them.
And
right?
see, that's the unfortunate part.
But it doesn't mean that they're the superior athlete. That's what it comes down to, is that, yes, you could say on tape, this guy looks like he's going to be the best. Let's cut him a $2 million check to get him to Tennessee. Next year, he wants another $2 million. You know why he wants $2 million more? Because he probably sees that these guys are raking in the NIL. So it's like, it's par for the course. And the worst thing is that the money that they make from the NIL does not translate to the field. So, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it makes no sense for them to make $4 million while they're playing college football. But college football now is a professional gig, and that's how it is. And that's why the NCAA was so gung-ho on not letting this happen, but it was inevitable. And that's why you have have a new NCAA game that just came out, raked in millions of dollars. Yeah. All these guys are going to get paid off of that.
Right.
And that's just the environment.
Okay,
that's just how it is.
Okay, dude. Look, so this guy, Nico Iamaleava.
Right.
Okay. He's a true freshman. He's 6'6", 215 pounds. He's a big dude. Look at his stats last year. 2,600 yards. Okay, respectable passing. 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with a 70.5 QBR.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that's not even NFL rookie worthy.
No, I know,
and you want $4 million, which is more than some of the rookies that are making now?
Yeah, but you're also a true freshman that you just posted those numbers, and you're playing in the SEC.
Right, sure. You're only going to get better. I get that. But, go do that with another.
So.
Oh, you would think so. But, go do that with another team. If I'm the coach for Tennessee,
why would you?
But I'm not paying. What do you mean, why would you?
Why
wouldn't you want to get someone else that is willing to take less money that can put up better numbers?
No, I don't agree with that. Because you already have a proven commodity as a true freshman, right? You know he's going to get better. So if it takes $2 million to keep him on the team, you're going to fucking do it, bro.
Okay, now he's asking for $4 million, which is double what he was making last year.
That's what I'm saying. $2 million more. So think about it, bro. If you're a team like that, Tennessee, those guys, they live and breathe fucking football, bro. So if they don't have a fucking competent quarterback, everybody's going to be in their ear you guys let this guy go for $2 million because you guys didn't want to pay him. We have $2 million extra dollars we could throw around. It's fucking Tennessee. UTEP can't do that. But those blue bloods, the SEC blue bloods in football, bro, they have unlimited funds.
I just think it's ridiculous to pay a college quarterback $4 million.
It is. But you know what's not ridiculous is the market. And if they don't pay him, Penn State's going to pay him, bro. Michigan's going to pay him. You know what I mean? Somebody's going to pay him. So why not pay him? You know what I mean? You have $2 million in the bank already to give him. Do it.
I mean, I guess. It's just
Bro, the NIL thing has really fucked up college sports altogether.
Look at Jaden Daniels. He was a rookie last year, right? Going into his second year. He was a second overall pick, so he's making a lot of money for a rookie. But his yearly contract is at $9.4 million, which would mean that this guy in Tennessee, who's a freshman, he's not a true freshman. I read that wrong. But he's still a freshman class.
Classified as a freshman.
Yeah, classified as a freshman. You're telling me that he's going to make half as much as someone who was a runner in MVP, rookie voting, or rookie of the year voting, somebody who almost made the Super Bowl last year? I'm sorry, if you put this guy on the Commanders last year, he's not even making it to the playoffs. He's not worth $4 million. That's how I look at it. That's how I would judge the market for college.
Right. Which is fine. But like I said, dude, if they don't pay him, somebody else will. So why are you gonna let him walk?
I don't know. It's just call me stubborn. Call me stubborn or something. But if I'm the coach or if I'm whoever runs the organization for Tennessee,
athletic director,
athletic director or the director, or what are they? The boosters? I'm not keeping this dude around.
Well, okay,
he can go to Ole Miss and replace Jackson Dart. I'm not keeping this dude around.
No, dude.
Somebody else wants him. Take him for $4 million, but I'm not paying him $4 million.
No, because the moment he leaves your school and goes to your rival school and then wins a national championship, you're fucked.
He's not going to win.
You never know.
You never fucking
You're
right.
know.
You never know. But
you never know.
I'm calling it right now that in the next 4 years he's not winning a championship.
The NIL has changed college sports
It has, and it's a shame
Like,
because
let's look at this past NCAA tournament, right? The Final Four had Florida and Auburn, right? Those
Right.
are traditionally football schools, right?
right.
Where was the traditional basketball schools? Where was St. John's? Where was Georgetown?
Louisville.
Where was Louisville? Where was
Kentucky.
UCLA? No, Kentucky was there. I mean,
yeah.
but where's Gonzaga? Where's fucking Seton Hall? Where's these little fucking mid majors? Wichita State. All these little schools that are typically around in the tournament. That they're not gonna always win it, but they're gonna be there. DePaul. Fucking these random little colleges that always seem to get into the mix when it comes into the tournament. The problem is now is that all these football schools, aka Auburn, aka Arkansas, aka Georgia, aka Florida, all their NIL money is split between all the sports. So the football is racking in all this money, and they're like, "Hey guys, by the way, we can buy a badass basketball team too if you're down. Are you down?" Yeah, and they're like, "We're fucking down." And there you see it right there.
Yeah,
Where's
they
North
have
Carolina?
They have all the top recruits. Just
North
because of the money.
Carolina is a traditional basketball powerhouse.
They were there this year, weren't they?
Yeah, but dude, they're always guaranteed to get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? And so,
guess you're right.
So that's what I'm saying, dude. Is that the NIL is shifting the landscape, and it doesn't matter who you think is worth what. All that matters is what somebody is willing to pay them. That's it. That's what it comes down to.
It's the unfortunate part about it. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
dude. But you can't
money
be
is
pocket watching,
Well, like,
you know?
like you can be because that's what people do. Like, I have met not hundreds, but tens of people.
Don't be pocket
Sure,
watching, bro.
you know what? Maybe even hundreds of people that I personally know that they're like, I watch college because they have a true passion for the game. A lot of people, when they get to the league, when they get to the NBA, the NHL, or whatever it is, the NFL, whatever it is, when they make $40 million a year, $60 million a year, $100 million a year, like they don't really care for the game anymore. Like they already secured the bag.
Yeah, but
and they're
that's
like,
not-
I'm
that's
playing
not-
just
no.
because I'm under a contract. Versus
Yeah.
these NCAA guys, they're fighting for their careers.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now, like, if you're making $4 million in high school or in college, like, you're probably already guaranteed to go to the league. And even if you don't, you're still in college. You're still probably on a full ride, plus making that $4 million, and you're going for a degree. Like, you're already set up for the next decade. Like, why would you take it seriously anymore? And that's just like the unfortunate part about it is that a lot of these guys are probably going to start declining in production and proficiency just because this money's starting to come their way. I'm not saying all of them. A lot of them play it for the love of the game, but there's a lot of guys like I think like this guy Nico Iamaleava, like you're asking like
Okay, but
I get it if they
let's not
offer you that.
Let's not judge
No,
him
but like, hold
that,
on.
though.
Like, I get it if it's different if they're offering you, and it's different when you're holding out of mini camp to ask for it. Like, those are two different scenarios. Like, if you're the top recruit coming out of high school, and you're like, okay, like we're gonna give you $10 million.
Yeah, but how do you know somebody else isn't offering him more?
You're right. I don't know that. Only he knows that.
And it's
but-
probably because somebody else is offering him more. Why do you think he would ask for that? Because he's like, yo,
Probably because he already has an
State,
agent in his back pocket.
NC State is calling,
Yeah,
bro. They
and
said
they're
we
like,
got
hey,
this
we
much
got
for
$8
you.
million
Yeah,
for you,
exactly.
so I'll
no. Look, okay,
I'll
look,
ask for
I
half and
understand-
stay with you guys.
I understand how you're saying how money can make people complacent. I get that, right? But dude, just look at the best players in every fucking sport. They're the fucking best, and they get paid the most, but they don't slack. They don't lack. You know what I mean? Like, look at Steph. Look at LeBron. Look at fucking Luka. These guys make so much fucking money, bro. Look at Giannis. But they still show up game after game.
And that's not
it's
everybody, though. That's not
I know.
everybody.
But the majority of the people that are going to get paid like that, super fucking hundreds of millions of dollars, that's different. There's
Luka's
a
like an
scale.
anomaly because he's been playing professional basketball since he was like 15 years old.
Right, but there's a scale also. Look, in sports, there's a scale of how much you can make. If you make 4 or 5 million in sports, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's
and
literally fucking.
it's breadcrumbs.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
You have guys in the NBA and the NFL, mostly in the NBA because the contracts are
They're
fully
on
guaranteed.
$60 million contracts.
Or in baseball,
Oh.
where they make
Those guys are
$350 million over a contract of 10 years. So I'm not mad about a couple college kids cashing in a couple million, bro. Imagine the parties they're
am.
throwing. Imagine that. Imagine we pull up
It just
lit as fuck.
I don't know,
The fucking coolest Airbnb we've ever seen.
Look at that biggest MLB contract. Do you know what that is? I know you don't.
Not
really
anymore.
Juan Soto is on a
from the Yankees.
No, he actually signed with the Mets.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay,
so
that's true.
they were in the World Series last year.
Yeah,
or
he was
this
with the
year.
Yankees last year.
And then the Mets were like, "Hey, here's
We'll throw
800
you- yeah.
$765 million
That's what I'm
deal
saying, dude.
for 15 years." And like, I get it, it's 15 years. That's a long
Dude,
time.
it doesn't matter how
But
long. It's
$800 million.
Okay.
Like, are you shitting me?
That's what I'm
that's
saying, bro. Why are you
stupid
mad?
money.
Why are you mad about a college kid asking for
No,
$2 million?
I
more?
am mad
Like,
because
it's
he
not,
hasn't
like-
proven anything.
I know, but the
He
market's
hasn't-
there, bro. Somebody's gonna pay
It doesn't
him.
matter about the market. It's about
Yes, it
proving
does.
No,
They paid this guy
it's-
$800 million.
And that's not the
Bro,
market.
okay,
That's
hold on,
not
hold
the
on, hold on.
market.
Where do you even get $800 million from? Where do you like
The bank.
Like, no, dude,
A
the
checkbook.
bank doesn't have
Gold?
$800 million cash. I guarantee you, there's no way. Not a single bank
They
in the
probably
world.
got that money from Wall Street over there in
Dude,
New
that
York.
money is like artificial in a way.
Artificial.
Because like you could never go to the bank and be like, "Can I pull out everything?" They're like, you want?
they're like, that's our foundation.
yeah.
sir.
They're like, "Sir, you want $800 million cash right now?" Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just like any other guy, right? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean-
you guys do withdrawals all day, right? Mine just happens to be $800 million. Like, you guys have that, right? Like, dude, that is such an
Like,
anomaly.
okay,
bro.
before that, like the market was
Good God.
The market was $65 million less.
Oh, my
For
God.
5-year difference. So
Right.
what's 65 divided
Okay,
by 5?
but that's also okay, dude. If you know anything about baseball, like the Mets are one of the worst organizations to be for, like playing for.
I mean,
no, they are.
okay,
dude. They're
historically, yes. Right
historically
now, they're
bad.
not that bad.
No, because they just have a lot of money. But it's like okay, if a rich guy took over the Browns and they're gonna pay everybody everything,
You know what? I guess you're right.
you're
Because,
still
okay,
gonna want to play with the Browns. It's the fucking Browns.
Shohei Ohtani is making $70 million a year on his contract, and Juan Soto has a bigger contract as a whole, but he's making less per year. He's only making 51
Right.
per year.
No, but that shit's all guaranteed.
Well, I say
so it
only,
doesn't-
but like that shit's a
Oh,
lot.
only. Okay,
He's
okay,
only
no.
bringing in
But,
like
okay,
half
so
a billion a year. Like,
it's easier to lure somebody to LA because of the lifestyle. Like it's fucking California,
right.
They
I
have
mean,
a
New York isn't any better.
No, I know, but what I'm trying to say is like LA presents just like a better lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
When you live in New York, I mean, it's fucking. You're living in a fucking crazy city. Yeah, you probably live in a very nice place. You probably have everything made. But it takes that much money more to get you to go
That
over
much more money.
there, right? Than compared to LA or somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like if you're getting $800 million in Missouri, like that's
That's still,
like,
dude.
I mean, like that's $800 million, but like $800 million in Missouri will take you much further than
Right,
$800 million in
exactly.
New York.
But
Like,
at the
that's just
same
how it
time,
is.
$800 million will take you anywhere you want, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, like you can go.
know what I
You're
mean?
set for life. Like
Right.
he doesn't
I
have to
think
worry
I have
about
like
him. his
$18 in my
children,
bank account
or
right
his-
now. This guy's got 80 million. I got 18 bucks,
18.
and I
bucks.
just got paid today.
and I
What's
just
up with
got
that?
paid today.
America.
It's all gone.
But yeah, so I mean, it's just like
that's the beauty of
it's
capitalism.
Just, it's just yeah, dude. It's just like what is somebody willing to pay for your services, and you go there. You go where the dollar is the fucking highest, and that's
it's just like, okay, who's your favorite NFL team?
well, I mean the Cowboys.
Okay, so if the Cowboys,
But okay,
no,
but
no,
no, hold on,
no.
The NFL's different because there's a cap.
right? Okay,
There's no
so then-
cap
okay,
in NBA. Well, there's a cap in NBA.
Yeah, but they pay luxury taxes,
right. But so you can go over it if you want. If you have the
Right.
bread,
Like
you
the
can
Celtics
say,
are over the cap right
well,
now.
the Warriors have been over the cap for the whole fucking dynasty run. But
Yeah, I
anyways,
guess you're right. But like they don't give a shit if they
okay.
win
But in the
championships.
NFL, there's a hard cap, so that
okay,
means
okay. So
nobody
let's say,
can go
let's
over
say
that.
the Dallas Cowboys offered you a 6-year, $70 million per year, and it's fully guaranteed. Okay, we're talking fully guaranteed on both of these contracts.
What did I
$70 million
do?
a year for 5 years, or you get to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Actually, no. Let's go the New York Jets.
Steelers.
Oh, actually, okay. Let's go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are offering you a 6-year deal, which is 1 year more, or let's go 7 years, which is 2 years more. But you're making $80 million a year. Like, does that $10 million really make or break you?
It can for some people.
I just think that like if it's 10
Not for
like,
everyone.
if I'm making $80 million a year, like $10 million is nothing at that point. Like, I'll take the 70 and play in Dallas because that's the team I want to play for. Versus, let me go to Pittsburgh where I don't want to be whatsoever. I hate the organization. But let me make $10 million more.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Some people will choose the other side, like Juan Soto did. He literally left the Yankees.
Okay, what side would you take?
For the Mets?
What side
for
would you
just
take?
a fuckload of money more.
Yeah, I'd stay with the Yankees.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would stay with the Yankees. It's the fucking Yankees. The Mets suck. You're probably going to win a World Series at some point with the Yankees, especially if you're signing for 15 years.
Yeah, he's got 15 years, so he's bound to win maybe
exactly.
one.
The Mets haven't won a World Series.
Like, if he would have stayed with the Dodgers, or if he would have
years.
stayed with the Yankees, they probably could have won one this year.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, instead, he breaks the organization apart. He goes to the Mets.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't break the Yankees.
Well,
apart
no, because he played a crucial role.
No, I know,
in
but they're
getting
still
them
stacked.
to the championship.
It's the Yankees, bro. That's the Real Madrid right there.
I mean,
like,
I guess you're right. Okay, but like, answer the question. Like, are you staying in Dallas for 70, or are you going to Pittsburgh for 80? But it's 2 more years on your contract, so you're 7 years. So you're making more money, like way more money. You're making 100.
Wait, what did I do to deserve all this money?
you're. I don't know, dude. You're MVP caliber
I drank
quarterback.
that many Bud Lights.
You're
like,
Joe Burrow, and you're up for contract.
Bud Light came to me, was like, "We'll give you this.
We'll give you this.
You gotta just go to every game and just drink a bunch of Bud Lights there."
You gotta stay in Pittsburgh. I'm staying in Dallas for 70 mil.
No, I know, dude, but also you have to think of
okay, 7 times 5, that's 35.
Right,
versus if you're
right.
7 years, 7 times 8 is 56.
I understand.
That's a big difference.
But,
like, that's a $20 million difference.
Right, but somebody is gonna say, "Yeah, I'll go to Pittsburgh because my family's from Pittsburgh," or whatever the case. Like, there's so many other things that should be factored in. Yeah, money is one thing, right? But like, do you want your kids living in fucking a bad place, or would you rather have them in a good spot where you have support, whatever? You know what I mean?
It's just like, if you're making $500 million over 5 years, why are you complaining?
I don't think anyone's complaining about that.
But they are, though. That's the thing. Like, this kid from Tennessee is making $2 million.
Okay, dude, but he's 20 years old.
I guarantee you, he is the only. I guarantee you, he's the only college kid in the state that is making that much money off of sports.
If I saw another kid at another school that I thought I was better than, and he's making $2-3 million more,
I feel like $2 million in Tennessee would be like the 4th highest paid on the Titans because they don't have shit.
Yeah, but it's the college, so they can do whatever they want. They can pay everybody literally whatever the fuck they want.
I just don't think any college player is worth $4 million.
I just don't think.
Even more than that. Like,
dude,
there's players getting paid.
Okay, like, honestly, we just shouldn't be pocket watching. That's what it comes down to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these
I think
guys,
we should, though.
No, whether you like it or not, these guys are going to make millions of dollars. And, you know, the faster you just get used to that, the better.
Okay, so then would you be like, okay.
Dude, when are we ever going to make $1 million? We're not playing sports, bro. We literally, like, will never be in their position. You know what I mean? Which makes it hard for us to judge. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I guess you're right. I mean, like, you could never make that decision unless you're in that scenario.
Right. And how do you know he made that decision? How do you know it wasn't his agent just like, and his mom and dad?
Well, because like at the end of the day, he's got to say. He's the one putting pen to paper.
Not really, because your mom and dad and your agent can be like,
I mean, okay,
we're
they
doing what's best for you. We're doing what's best for you.
They persuade you.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're the one putting pen to paper.
Okay, but you know how that pressure will affect you, right? And you will do something just because everybody else is telling you that this is the best thing to do.
Okay, you didn't even answer. Like, are you taking 70 mil for 5 years in Dallas or 80 mil for 7 years in Pittsburgh?
I'm staying in Dallas.
See, I would too.
Yeah. But why would we stay here? Because we're from Texas.
Right.
I
like the Cowboys.
Saying. I like
there's factors that play into it.
And that's exactly what I'm saying is what would lead somebody else to choose the other side.
Who the fuck would want to stay in Pittsburgh?
Dude, their family could be from there.
I guess right.
They grew up there. They grew up like outside of maybe not outside of
I hate the Steelers.
Pittsburgh, but they grew up like in Ohio, somewhere like very close, right?
Yeah.
So instead of being 17 hours away in Texas, you're fucking an hour and a half away.
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and there's nothing but Amish people there and the shitty Eagles, but yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. There's always other factors that people don't fucking think about. And it's different for every single fucking player, bro. Like, what do you know? Like, maybe my daughter's in Pittsburgh. Okay, I'm going to go fucking take more money to go live over there. It's shittier, but at least my fucking daughter's around. I don't know. I don't have kids.
You have Bud.
Fuck them
so, like,
kids.
if Bud was in Pittsburgh, are you going to Pittsburgh?
I'm going anywhere he goes. I'll go to Antarctica for that motherfucker.
I'm going anywhere that buddy goes.
Yeah. for sure.
All right.
But yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know even how we got over here, but
I don't know how. I think that was like a little rant inside of a rant.
Yeah. No, those are rants on rants. If you think about it.
All right. Well, we got NBA talk, so let's talk NBA. We got the playoffs coming up in the next 3 days, technically next week. The league ends, or the season ends on Sunday, April 13th, with the final game for every single team. If your team is in the playoff, congratulations. If you're like the Mavericks, I'm sorry, because I'm a Mavericks fan too.
Cooper Flag should be your priority right now.
I mean, like, technically, why? I don't understand why the Mavs didn't tank after Luka, and then just try and get.
It's not a good idea to
ticket.
tank, and then the league.
Why don't you just shut down Anthony Davis for the season? Like, Kyrie's already out.
No, I know.
Shut down AD for the season.
Right.
You get a draft pick,
but the league will also penalize you for doing shit like that. That's the thing too.
but like they don't gotta know. Like if you shut down,
do have to know
if you
because
shut down
everything
AD,
is
if you
everything
shut
is
down,
reported.
right? But like
Any
okay,
injury, why is
You
he
can
sitting
shut
today?
down-
Like
you can shut down a player for any medical reason. All
Right.
you have to do is get AD to like fail a medical exam and just be like, all right, like you're shut down for the season. We already got Kyrie out
bro,
for the
they
season.
will honestly
keep Derek
fine,
Lively out
they
for
will
the season.
fine teams thousands of dollars for doing that shit.
Well, they already lost Luka. What more did they want to lose? $10,000.
Well, yeah, but that was on them though. That was they
exactly,
initiated
but
that
that's
trade.
what I'm saying. Like they're already a stupid franchise.
Yeah.
Might as well continue to do
Honestly,
stupid things.
they need to bring Mark Cuban back.
I agree. Who the fuck is Nico Harrison?
You know what I
well,
mean?
Nico Harrison's the GM, so I guess not. Well, wasn't Mark Cuban like partial GM too?
Yeah, he was just like some sort of owner, like at some point. Like
He was like a Jerry Jones. Like he had
no. He wasn't like majority owner because
no?
like
I thought he was.
no way, no. That's why he's not even an owner anymore.
He's like I think he owns like 7% or something.
But like
like
he wasn't the main. Like Jerry Jones runs the fucking Cowboys. That's
yeah,
it.
like
There's no
he's GM, AGM,
yeah. There is
president,
no
CEO,
fucking other
owner.
guy.
Yeah.
No. It all goes through him.
Like it's Jerry Jones. Next person up is the head
But
coach.
for like most NBA teams, there's usually like a hierarchy of like who runs what. And usually the owners are not the ones that are making the personnel decisions. That's usually the GM and the coach and whatever scouts they have lined up, whatever. But yeah, I mean, like this season's coming to an end like very soon. And yeah, like a team like the Mavericks, like they don't have anything to play for anymore, but they can't just blatantly just be like, oh, we're gonna fucking lose every fucking game out because
like that's kind of what the Spurs did.
No, I know, but think about it this way: like, not only
like I get it, Wemby had like his blood clots and like they shut him.
no,
down.
I know, but dude, that's like something serious.
No, that
dude.
is something because like that's
But
what
like
ended
right
Chris
now,
Bosh's career.
if you start like sitting people down, you compromise the integrity of the games that are still being played for the teams that are trying to get into position for the playoffs.
That was a long sentence.
No, I know, but it makes sense, right?
No,
because,
yeah, it does make sense.
All
It
of a
does make
sudden,
sense.
these guys have to play the 3 worst teams in the league. They're all taking that's 3 automatic W's. Like, no,
Yeah.
we can't have that. Like, I'm in the same
because
position.
like in the West, like there's like six teams
exactly.
with one
the
game
West
difference.
is so close that like,
Yeah.
like it's not
Like
fair.
you can jump from the 8 seed to the 3 seed
right.
overnight.
And that's what I'm saying. You're compromising the integrity of the
the league.
competitiveness of the league.
Yeah.
And so you can't have that. Like, there's no way.
Well, like that's what
because-
some NFL teams do.
No,
Like,
but dude,
and people
but,
know
yeah,
that.
but
Like,
only so many teams get into the playoffs in the NFL. The NBA, you have
yeah, you got like 20 teams.
20 teams that can make it into the playoffs plus the play-in. So there's no room for this, bro. This can't happen because you want all these games to matter because for some team it really does because they're trying to move from the 5th seed to the 3 seed so they don't have to play a certain team in the matchup. Like it really does fucking matter, bro.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know what I
Versus
mean?
the NFL, like less
Yeah.
than half the league gets into the playoffs.
Right. And if you're 3-12, you're done. Like,
yeah,
you're
like
done.
everybody knows that
right.
you're
You're fucking
too.
done.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
what
like
I'm
that's how
saying.
the Titans and the Browns were this season.
Right. That's what I'm saying is the NBA, like, they really go hard on making sure that teams are not blatantly just throwing games because it doesn't benefit anybody. And then if you think about it, the draft is actually determined by a lottery. So even if you are the worst team, it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna fucking have whatever picked the
That's
number 1
true.
pick.
I don't know. Do you like the idea of like lotto picks? I personally don't.
I do.
I don't. It's
I
just
do.
like, you're the worst team in the league. Like, why can't you get the best player? Like, that's just, I think that's how it should work. Like, that's how the NFL is. Like, when you, like, okay, if there were no trades ever in the NFL, like, it wouldn't be like snake draft, like fantasy. It would be 1 through 32, and then 1 through 32, and then 1 through 32, 1 through 32. But like,
the number one
worst
player
team,
that is ever taken is not always the best player in the draft.
and neither in the NBA.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So just because, like, you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna tank to get Cooper Flag, right?
Right.
There's no guarantee that he's gonna work out at the next level. So
Well, like, there's no guarantee that Cam Ward is going to work out.
right, there is no guarantee anywhere, but
Right.
it's like, I think the illusion is that we want everybody that has a bad season to have a chance to improve themselves instead of just this one team that they're just always shitty. They always get the number one picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well,
okay,
like the Browns have had like 3 number 1
Right.
picks in the last like 8 years.
right. So it's
and they're
like,
still shitty.
instead of that, let's shuffle it around. Let's give this team a chance at the number one pick. Let's
It's
see
just
what
crazy
they do.
because, like, hypothetically, like, the 6th worst or 8th worst team in the league could have the number 1 pick.
Right. Which
Or
is,
like even like the 14th worst team.
yeah,
Like
but
they
that's
could have the
that's
number
kind
1
of cool
pick.
though. That's kind of cool.
I
in a
I
way.
don't see how that's cool because
I
like
think
then
so.
the bottom team still struggles.
Well, the
Like,
bottom they're
okay,
gonna
so
struggle regardless.
Who's the bottom team in the league right now? The Wizards or the?
I would say probably one of the worst teams.
Okay, it's the Wizards and the Jazz tied at 17 wins
The
apiece.
Jazz are pretty bad.
That's kind of embarrassing.
The Bulls are pretty bad.
No,
too, I
the
think.
Bulls are the 9 seed in the West.
Well, yeah,
Or
but
in the
that's
East,
not,
I'm sorry.
That's not. It's the East, bro.
Sorry,
that's
my
not
bad.
that good. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
But,
is
like,
you
okay,
give
see,
those,
that's the thing is, like,
you give those teams
Like hypothetically,
a
the
chance.
Hawks have a chance at getting the number 1 pick.
right?
Like
but
hypothetically, they don't have a
right.
big chance, but there is a chance.
okay, but that's what I'm saying is you keep them competitive through the season so that they stay in that range where potentially even if I finish 9th, I could still.
And then what? The Wizards
in
just
the
continue
lotto.
to suck for the next 4 years because they can't get a good
Well,
draft pick.
No, well, the Wizards are just terrible to begin with. Jordan Poole's there, but other than that, they don't really have a lot going on.
I mean, do you believe in Jordan Poole?
Yeah, but not by himself. I mean, the only reason that he fucking
Was
blew
because of
up was
Curry.
because he played with the Warriors.
Yeah.
And the Warriors will make
Anybody
any
good.
player that has any sort of skill set that is valuable.
Well, did you see what happened
they'll
when they
make
played
him
the
a lot
Spurs?
better.
Who was it? Wiggins that hit the game-winning shot?
Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
He's
Harrison Barnes hit the
Harrison
game-winning shot
Barnes
on
is
them.
one of the
Was it
original
last night or
Warriors.
2 nights ago? It was 2 nights ago that he hit the game-winning shot on them. That was crazy.
Yep.
I actually saw that. I think he hit it on Jimmy Buckets too.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments was
But,
like, "Oh, that's what he gets for selling my parlay."
Harrison Barnes is a good example of like how the Warriors will develop somebody and then they'll leave somewhere else and still be a very, very pivotal player to another organization.
Well, like, I can't say the same about Kevin Durant because the Suns actually missed out on the playoffs. So they're the number 11 seed, and I believe they lost to the Thunder 2 nights ago, and it completely took them out of the running. And even though the Mavs had lost to the Lakers when Luka made his return to Dallas, they were still in contention, even though the Dallas Mavericks had lost. But because the Suns are just such a shitty franchise right now, like I don't know how you have. Who do they have? They have Kevin Durant.
They have Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal
They
and
have Kevin Durant and they have Derek Booker.
yeah, D-Book. Like, are you serious? Like, you can't even make it to the playoffs with those 3 guys. Like,
No, but dude, this is not the first time that we've seen this.
it's well, like, they were in the finals. What in 2019, 2020?
I know. But
Like, they were there,
yes, but
and they've continued to get
not
worse.
all
Like,
these
it was
superstar
finals,
teams,
and then like the final or the Western Conference Finals, and then it was like the divisional round. Like, I don't know what that.
no,
equal-
they weren't in the Western Conference Finals. that
Yeah,
many
they were.
times.
They
No,
were.
they weren't.
They were back
No.
to back. I think.
No,
Here,
no,
I'll-
hell
I'll-
no.
I'll pull it.
Okay, anyways, look, the whole idea of teams doing like the big 3, like the D Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron thing, it doesn't always work out. You had in Brooklyn recently, you had Kyrie, you had Durant, and you had Harden, all on
that's
one
right.
fucking team.
And
And
they
not
didn't-
only that, before that, in
Did they
OKC,
even win like 30 games?
right? But in OKC, you had Harden and Westbrook and Durant,
Yeah,
all like
it was 2 of the 3 guys,
like.
and like Kyrie didn't work out on the Celtics
Right.
either.
And the thing is, dude, is that there's more to, you want to put more emphasis on chemistry with the team, then
rather than just getting
who are your
better
superstars?
guys. Yeah, because like you could put Jokic and Curry on the same team, and they may not work out, even though those are two of the best players in the league right now.
they would probably work out.
I mean, they would. But
I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
I know.
sometimes that's what happens. Is
No,
like
no.
you build
Well, you
these
can
super
put-
teams, but there's no chemistry
Right.
between them, which doesn't
Exactly.
result in any wins. Like you can't
Which
even get
they-
in the postseason.
Right, which is exactly what you're seeing in Phoenix. Because what do all these three guys do very well, and that
Shoot.
they all have in common? They're all 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
Okay, who's gonna be the point guard?
I mean,
who's
like-
gonna rebound? Who's gonna fucking play defense? All these guys think those three, and I'm not like hating on any of them because they're very good players, and they've all played for the national team too, by the way. But these guys are scorers,
Bradley
bro.
Beal's played for the national team.
Yeah, he's played for the national team. Not maybe in this last roster, but he has before. But these guys are all scorers, bro. And that's why it doesn't work. Because look at Golden State. You have Curry. You have Butler. You have Draymond. They all fill different roles. Draymond's your defensive guy. Butler's going to do all the fucking steals and the
Rebounding,
rebounds.
stealing.
And then Curry's going to be the scorer.
Yeah.
And they all understand that. And so that's why you can't have three guys that are like, I
that's why,
need the
like,
ball in my
role-
hands at all the time.
Right.
Because it's not going to work.
That's why role players in the NBA are
And that's-
significally more important than role
Right.
players
And
in
that's
the NFL.
why it didn't work between Luka and Kyrie.
Like in the
Same
NFL, you
thing.
could have a superstar team at every single position and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But like you could have a superstar at every single position in the NBA and not even get into the
doesn't work.
postseason. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it doesn't work,
because
dude.
in the NBA, like as much as it sounds crazy to say, like there are positions in the NBA, but in the NBA, you play every single position at one point or another in your career. Like whether you're a shooting guard or a center, you're scoring threes and you're stealing the ball. Like at both positions, and those two positions are completely different on the floor or like in a playbook. But when it comes down to the actual action, like who really cares if you're a center shooting a three? Like if you can shoot the damn ball.
Yeah.
Or like if you're a point guard that can steal, like who cares if you're small? Like that's great. If you're smaller and you use that stature to your advantage, like steal the damn ball. You don't have to be 7 foot tall to like intimidate someone and block the ball or steal the ball. Like you can play all 5 positions at one position, and you've seen it with multiple players. Like they're just all around players.
Yeah.
Versus NFL, you're only limited to so much on one side of the ball.
Yeah. I mean, that's why like basketball is really like a truly a team game.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think Kevin Durant is one of the most overrated players ever. That's my take.
That's
Like,
all-
okay,
yeah,
I'm not
that's-
taking away from the
that's-
fact that he's a talented NBA
That's
player.
rough right there, bro.
I'm not taking away from the fact that he's
an.
an NBA, like a talented NBA player.
I'm flabbergasted right now.
Really?
I can't believe I
You
just
don't
heard
think
that.
he's overrated?
No, not at all. Not at all, dude. It's bro.
That's crazy. I'm sorry, but Kevin Durant, like I love him.
Okay,
I love playing with him in 2K.
All I gotta say is,
but he is overrated.
No, he's not overrated, bro.
The Warriors.
look.
Okay, what were you saying last week when you're like, oh, the Warriors adding Kevin Durant was overkill?
It was a cheat code.
Would they have won the championship without Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Did he win a championship with the Nets?
No.
Did he win a championship in Phoenix?
No.
Did he win a championship in OKC?
No.
And guess
okay.
what? No. In
No.
all 3 of those locations, he had a minimum of 2 other supporting guys. At the Nets, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. At OKC,
That was never gonna work.
It was James Harden, Russell Westbrook. In Phoenix,
And
it's
they
Bradley
almost-
Beal,
they
Kevin,
almost
or,
got to the finals, too.
Devin Booker. Like he's had a minimum of 2
Okay,
guys
yes,
supporting
yes,
him throughout
yes,
his
yes, yes.
career.
I understand, but look,
And he's only made it to the finals what, twice because of the Warriors?
okay, but what we were talking about right now is about role players, right? Is that KD is never gonna be your fucking number one. Go out and get him, right? And that's why you see that it doesn't work with these other teams. But if KD's your 2, like he was with Steph, bro, that's unstoppable, right?
But
there.
like, see, that's the thing is sometimes
But
these
I
players
mean,
let
he's
their
not
egos get the
he's
best
not-
of them.
But he's not overrated because if you look at his size, what he could do for his size, the way he ball handles,
Right. He's
the way
very
he shoots,
he's very shifty for a 7-foot guy. Like,
Yeah,
when you
that's-
see someone
that's
that's 7
unheard
foot
of,
tall,
bro.
like
That's
you
unheard of.
shouldn't be able to shoot at all 3 levels. You shouldn't be able to be an
Exactly.
all around player.
Exactly.
And he's a great player. He's a talented player.
He's
I don't
not
take that
overrated,
away
though.
from him.
He's not overrated.
But he's overrated.
Saying he's overrated is actually kind of disrespectful.
No, he's overrated because
Yeah.
okay, who do you think's a better NBA player, Curry or Durant?
Curry by far.
Okay, so if
But
Durant,
it doesn't make him It doesn't make KD overrated.
I think it makes him over.
KD is still top 5 right now.
It's just like, okay, like you said, if
KD is top 5 right now.
If KD would have gone to, let's say,
name 5 right now. Go ahead.
What do you mean name 5?
Name the top 5 in the NBA. KD's in there, I guarantee you.
No, he's not in there.
Name it.
Okay, Curry is in there. Jokic is in there. Luka is in there. LeBron is in there.
Okay.
And shit, you could probably throw in like Jason Tatum.
No.
What do you mean? Okay, Jaylen Brown.
No.
What do you mean? There is no way that you're gonna put Kevin Durant. Oh my god, dude. There's so much talent around the league.
This fool does not watch ball, dude. He does not watch ball.
God,
bro,
Kevin Durant is overrated.
Jaylen Brown.
Dude, you're telling me
Jaylen in front of KD, bro. Like,
okay, who?
KD. That's oh my god.
KD over Curry, honestly.
What? Okay, no, you're stupid.
No,
that is crazy.
That's ludicrous.
Okay, what about James Harden? Harden's a great player.
No,
maybe not now. But like career wise,
just literally let me get fouled and let me shoot threes.
Are we talking career wise?
That's all he does.
Are we talking career wise or just this year?
No, I'm talking about like right now. If you had to pick 5 guys,
I'm still not putting KD in the top 5.
Yeah, you're wrong.
No, I'm sorry. Like
it
doesn't change my answer. Whether you talk all time in the league right now or like current,
bro. You don't want a 7-footer that could drain from anywhere.
Okay, give me Wemby. Give me Wemby.
No,
Wemby can do all of that. Wemby is like 9 feet tall and he can shoot threes. You're telling me you wouldn't rather have that who can block 9 times a game, basically, shoot 4 threes a game.
I'm taking KD, bro.
And dunk like
I'm taking
without
KD.
even
There's no way.
tippy-toeing?
There's no way. There's no way.
No, you're stupid.
No.
No, you just did. You said something.
No, dude, there's no way. I mean, just the overall game of KD is just the worst part is it's being hampered down right now because where he's at and people are just forgetting about him.
No,
but if he was to end up on the Warriors next year, they're gonna win another 3 championships, bro. Easily. It's ridiculous. Because it's for KD, it's all about the fit, bro. That's what it is. And the fit that he had in Golden State was perfect. It's just him and Draymond didn't get along. That's all it was. Or he would have stayed there.
Okay,
trying to get along with Draymond is probably pretty hard because he punched Jordan Poole in the face.
You're telling me that if you put KD,
he fucking knocked him out.
You're telling me that if you put KD on the Timberwolves, they're winning a championship this year.
With the Timberwolves?
Yeah, with the Timberwolves, with Ant.
With AD? No, because they played Anthony Davis.
No,
fucking Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
No, because they play the same position, essentially.
I mean, no, because Ant plays the 2, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's the ball handler. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that KD is going to be your primary ball handler if he's on your team, unless you have somebody way better than him. And AE is not significantly better where he's going to be like, you handle the ball.
Dude, Anthony Edwards stepped up his game this year.
No, he's a baller.
He put up over 300 threes this year. He's at 312 threes for the year.
If he's taking that many shots, KD's going to be mad because that means he's not taking shots.
No, because KD can actually take shots from the mid-range and inside.
No. There's only so many shots to go around.
Dude, how do we just switch perspectives on KD in a matter of 2 minutes?
No, I'm just saying, dude, like, if you think about it, like, KD has to go to a fucking place where the fucking scheme will work around
Okay,
him.
no. So here's my argument: is because if KD isn't on a super team, like when did they win the finals with the Warriors? 2018 or whatever.
Well, he's been on
17?
multiple super teams.
Okay, no, but I'm talking about when they won with the Warriors.
Right,
it was like 2017 or whatever it was.
He wasn't the main guy.
He's not going to the Rockets that year and winning a championship.
No, I know.
He's not a difference maker like that because if he was, because if he was, the Suns would at least be in the play-in tournament. They didn't even win 40 games this year.
I know, but that's what I was saying.
Like, you're telling me the Mavs got over them?
Well, no, what I'm saying is that
the Mavs lost Luka in January or February 1st.
Right. But what I'm saying is that whole fucking situation with him, Booker, and Bill has not been working for the last 2 years.
You're right. It hasn't been working. But if he were a true difference maker, he would have at least gotten them in the postseason.
Dude, what I was trying to say is, like, in a game, there's only so many shots to go around. Right. There's only so many fucking like when you have two other guys who are gonna shoot probably even more than you do, your touches are gonna dwindle, and then, dude, that's it. Like that makes a big difference in how somebody
that's
can
also
impact
another
the game.
thing. That's all.
But that's
also
coaching,
like another,
really. That's coaching, honestly.
No, but like that's another thing I'm heavy on is like being a team player at the same token. Like you're telling me that sure,
KD's
Bradley
a team
Beal.
player, bro.
Bradley Beal,
KD
very
is, for
talented,
sure.
right or wrong? Bradley Beal's talented, right or
yes,
wrong?
but he's a one-trick pony, though.
Kevin Durant, very talented, right or wrong?
Way more talented.
Okay, Devin Booker, talented, right or wrong?
Limited.
I mean, he's talented.
He's
dude.
limited.
Okay, you're beating him in a 1v1 then?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I'll jam up.
Shut
What do you
the
mean?
fuck
Couple Bud Lights in, a little dab rip,
A little Zenit
a
on
little
the side?
Zenit, a little Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, my point is that when you have three quote unquote players that can win you a championship, and when they're all three on the
No,
same
Bradley
team,
Beal cannot win you a championship.
Okay, I'm just saying quote unquote.
Devin
because
Booker
there's-
can't even win you a championship.
Again, I'm saying
the only
quote
one that
unquote.
could is KD.
I'm not saying I'm saying that. What I'm saying is that there's people out there that have said this team is championship caliber.
No.
There's people that have said that.
Bro, they don't
And
play
they can't even-
defense.
They can't get in the fucking postseason.
They don't play defense.
That's
How
like-
are
that's
how
like
are
the
they gonna
Bengal-
be? How are they going to be like? Okay, even if they made the postseason, they would get ran out in the first round because they can't play defense. The Warriors beat these fools by like 38 the other night. Like, and Bradley Beal was like, we should have not even shown up today. Like, dude, like, what is that? Like, that just shows you that team has lost all their momentum, all their confidence. They've lost the locker room. They're not listening to the coach anymore. And a lot of
So
that.
then why isn't Kevin Durant in the MVP conversation?
Because they're fucking trash.
But you
How's-
said he was a top 5 player.
Yes, he is.
So why is he not in the MVP conversation?
Because, dude, you cannot win.
Well, if you're a valuable, if you're a
No.
top 5 player in the league, why are you not in the MVP conversation?
Because-
Shea is in the MVP conversation.
Right.
Okay, Jokic
Okay.
is in the MVP conversation.
Okay.
Giannis is in the
Okay.
MVP conversation.
What do all those
why
teams?
Why isn't
what do
KD
all
in
those
there?
teams have in?
They
in
have
common?
a winning record.
Exactly.
Okay, so
You
why can't
cannot be
KD
an
get the Suns a winning
in
record?
the NBA with a losing record? You
Exactly.
can't.
So why does KD have them a losing record this year? Why,
It's
if
not-
he's such a if he's a
not-
top 5
it's
player,
not just on him.
if he's
though.
a top 5 player, why isn't he turning the Suns around?
Because it's not just on him, and you have 2 other superstars there.
Dude,
Where?
no.
Why is the onus not on those fools? You guys just want to point fingers at KD. Like, what the fuck is that? What about Booker? What's he not doing? You know what I mean? He should be a top 5 player in the NBA too. He was on the fucking Olympic team. Where's the standards for him? There is no standards for him.
There is standards
I'm not seeing it. And he's been in Phoenix this whole
because
fucking
he's not
time.
fulfilling them. That's why.
Exactly. So KD has actually done that somewhere else with the Warriors. Okay. And yes, it's about fit. That's what I'm saying. KD has to fit in a certain situation in order for him to
So
be.
he's a system player.
No, it just you maximize.
He's a system player.
You maximize his ability and his skill.
No,
in
he's
a
a
certain
system
situation.
player. That's
and
what
it's
he
the
is.
same about Klay Thompson, bro.
No.
Yes, it
hell
is.
No.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Okay, after the ACL injury, he has never been the same.
No, yes, of course. But
Okay, and that was a significant injury.
right, but. Klay Thompson,
according
with
to
the
my
Warriors,
knowledge, did Kevin Durant ever have an ACL injury?
yeah, he did.
Oh, did he actually?
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Achilles.
really? Oh, Achilles.
yeah, he had a few injuries
Oh, shit.
too.
Well, then my bad.
Anyways, Klay Thompson with the Mavericks is a totally different player than who he was with the Warriors, and the reason why is because they're the system, bro. There's no Steph. There's no Steph drawing all this attention. That shit fucking matters, bro. People don't realize that shit. You want to think, oh yeah, KD, fucking D-Book, and Beal, NBA title automatically. Why? There's no defense.
Why
there.
not?
There's no defense. These guys, all they do is score, and that's it.
Okay, and there's
that's it.
Okay, is there?
You can't have that.
Okay, and there's not much more defense in LA.
Yes, there is. LeBron himself
Dude,
is a fucking rim
LeBron is not
protector.
26 years old anymore. He's not.
Dude.
He's not
Oh
moving
my
around.
God. Bro, LeBron is. You should not ever.
Luca has always been notorious for having bad defense.
Yes, but
Like, he's
you
a
should-
great scorer.
Right,
He's
but
bad
you
in
should
defense.
never ever count LeBron's age because this guy,
Dude, okay,
is
listen,
out of
I'm
this
not saying
world,
LeBron is not
and
still
he
talented
by
and he cannot
himself-
play at a high level.
He by himself is a rim protector, and he's gonna fucking be there.
Okay, so if Kevin Durant is 7 feet tall, why can't he play defense?
That's not his game.
Why not? Why can't he elevate his game and be a better player and salvage the team and say, hey,
Dude,
you know what? Let me stop being a shooter and Devin Booker can shoot 70 points a game.
It's easy to say that.
I can protect the rim because I'm 7 foot fucking tall.
Right. It's easy to say that, but that's not his game. KD doesn't even get rebounds. Like
exactly. You're 7 feet tall and you can't get rebounds.
Yes, but
you're overrated.
No,
dude.
It's the position that you play. If you're playing the 2 and you're always on the perimeter, you're never going to get rebounds.
Okay, Luka plays basically the same damn position as him. Why doesn't he? Why is Luka getting triple doubles every single night?
Luka's a rebounding guard.
Okay,
he really
why
is.
Luka getting triple doubles every week and Kevin Durant can't even get to the damn postseason?
Yeah, but think about it. Luka's playing the point?
2-3?
No, he plays with the point.
Or the 1-2.
Okay, so he's 6'7", playing the point against guys that are usually 6'3", 6'4".
And KD plays the 2-3.
Easy box out.
That's what I'm saying. Is that for Luka, it's easy for him to box his guy out because he's way bigger. KD plays the 3 or the 4. They're usually 6'9", 6'8". They're just as big as him.
6'9".
So there's a difference, dude. There really is a difference. And I don't know why you got on this KD fucking hate train, but like I'm not here for it. I'm really mad right now.
I think a lot of people could resonate with me on that.
Yeah, and a lot of those people don't know how to fucking play basketball.
A lot of those people are from Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, dude. I mean, I would hate KD
Okay, like
too.
ask Phoenix fans, ask Phoenix residents if they're happy with KD right now.
No.
I guarantee you 90% of them are going to say no.
But like I said, why is it all on him? What about D-Book?
Why is it not all on him? They traded for him. They gave away a haul for him. So he was supposed to be the guy to bring them a championship.
That's on your GM,
He was the guy to bring in and say, this is the guy that's going to elevate our team
on paper
to be a championship caliber team.
Okay.
And you're telling me that they can't even get more than 35 wins on the season?
Okay, look, so right there, that oversight of whoever made that decision does not really know basketball the way that they should.
Because like they were 3 games out of being in the play-in.
Do you think the Warriors would ever pair 3 scorers like that? Like the way that these guys are? Exactly. So that's not on the players, bro. That's on the GM.
Well, like at one point they had Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant, and they won a championship. Okay. But I guarantee you, without Kevin Durant, they would still win that championship.
Right, but okay, look, everybody forgets this about the Warriors. Klay drafted. Steph drafted. Draymond drafted. You have 3 homegrown players there. That's your nucleus right here.
Right.
You could add somebody there, but you can't go sign. The Warriors don't go sign 2 other superstars to pair him with Steph because they know we can't have 3 guys that play the same fucking way. I need role players. I need a knockdown shooter. I need a D guy. I need somebody that's going to get into the fucking scrums with all the other players. That's Draymond. That's Klay. You know what I mean?
Okay, so who's
when you do that fucking all-star team that like the Heat did, it doesn't always work out. And you saw how fast it didn't work out with Miami because even though they won their championships, they still fucking went their fucking ways just like that. Well, and you have still money talks, but you still have the Warriors who have been with the same nucleus for 10 fucking years. That's different.
Yeah, because it's Stephen Curry. Dude, Steph Curry is the Warriors. Like, we've realized
Draymond is the Warriors.
Okay, buddy. Relax.
Yes, he is.
Bro,
yes, he
what?
is. Draymond is the nucleus of the Warriors.
I'm not saying that Draymond is not a good player. I love Draymond. No. I'm a very Draymond player advocate.
The thing about Draymond is that you want him on your team. Because if he's playing
he's a smart fucking player.
Not only that, he gets under your skin and he's going to shut down your best fucking player.
Yeah.
So you might as well have that guy on your fucking team.
He's like the guy that pulls up to like the pickup games and he's like, I'm going to fuck your shit up.
Exactly.
And actually does.
Yeah.
Like and then he knows how to back up his top.
He's in your head. So you're automatically like, oh, fuck, this guy's guarding me. I'm fucked. I'm done.
Do you think he wins Defensive Player of the Year this year?
He should.
Now that Wemby's out?
I don't know if he will, but he should.
Yeah,
but I mean, regardless if he does or doesn't, his impact with the Warriors for so long and him being the quote unquote center at 6'7", 6'8" is a testament to just the way that he plays and the knowledge that he has of the game. It's
he's very knowledgeable, and I'm like I said, I'm a heavy Draymond advocate, and like I love Draymond as a player. Like people shit on him because like, he's always drawing text and he's always like flagrant this, flagrant that. He's such a phenomenal player at such a high IQ level.
So I saw a clip on IG. Right, Buddy Hield is on the Warriors. Right. If you guys know anything about Buddy Hield, all he does is fucking jack up threes. That's it. He doesn't play D.
Did you hear what people wanted to call Steph and Buddy Hield? Like after Clay left, they wanted to call him the Splash Buddies. That shit was so stupid.
No.
The Splash Buddies.
No, and there's no way. But what I was getting at is that like, okay, Buddy Hield, right? He's been in the league for a long time. He came out of Oklahoma, was probably the best player that Oklahoma's ever had besides Blake Griffin. And he came into the league as being probably like the most prolific shooter, right? Didn't live up to that. Journeyman throughout the league. Ends up with the Warriors this year. And like I said, one thing that Buddy Hield does not do is play defense. And there's a clip on IG where fucking Draymond is yelling at his ass. Like, you better man the fuck up or go sit on the fucking bench. And then he even talks. They asked about it in the press conference after the game. And he goes, number one, I've played so many more fucking meaningful minutes of basketball, championship basketball, than this guy ever has. He's never had the chance to play in the finals, play against LeBron on the biggest stage, Game 7. I can talk shit to this fool. And if he doesn't like it, go ahead, bro. There's a reason that you haven't played in those fucking games. And that's a mindset, bro. And that's somebody like Draymond that brings that value to the team where you can't put it on the stat sheet. That value is in the locker room, and it makes everybody fucking better, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, you need those locker room players. Like, it's like a joke that everybody says, like, oh, he's a locker room player. But, like, it's true. Like, you need those guys that are going to solidify your team and put your team together, like,
but at the same
glue.
time, Draymond's not just a locker room player because he's out there
he's
every fucking important minute.
Dogging on, like, some of the top players in the league.
Like, Udonis Haslem was one of the ones for the Heat that was, like, he was just on the roster because he was, like, the mentor, right? Draymond does the same thing, but he's actually playing every fucking important minute of every fucking game. And that dude, like, it's just crazy. Like, his game is crazy. Like, he can do it all, and he can literally knock down a three if you leave him wide open. And teams do that, and it's wild.
All right, so let's get into
I love
something.
NBA. God damn,
let's get into something
right
a little bit else. We're going to list out, if you want to pull up the standings for the league real quick, Chris, I got it in front of me already, for the West and for the East. But we're going to list out our pretenders and our contenders, just super quick, like not getting into anything like extreme or excessive. So we got I'm just going to list them out real quick, 1 through 10. We got the Thunder at 1, and then following that is the Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, Warriors, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Kings, and the Mavs at 10. That's in the West. And then the East, we start with the Cavs, go down, and we got the Celtics, Knicks, Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, Magic, Hawks, Bulls, and the Heat to round out your Eastern Conference playoff teams. So we know that, I believe, is it 7 through 10 or 8 through 10 that's the play-in? I think it's 8 through 10, right? Or 7 through 10 because you need 4 teams, right?
Yeah, so 7 through 10 is the play-in, so that's why.
So the Magic, Hawks, Bulls, Heat for the play-in for the East. For now. And then in the West, we got the Mavs, Kings, Timberwolves, and Grizzlies for now. The West is definitely more wide open in between the 4 seed and the 8 seed because literally overnight or after Sunday night, the Timberwolves could jump up to the number 4 seed. Like, it is that close in the running. The Timberwolves are 47 wins, 33 losses, and that they're at the 8 seed. The 4 seed is the Nuggets, and they got 48 wins, 32 losses. So it's literally a 1-game difference with 2 games to go in the season. So if you want to let's start with the West first. Who's your biggest contender, and who's your biggest pretender?
I mean, for sure, pretender. Like, I don't think the Clippers have a chance, really. Even though they're at the 5, I mean, they've never shown the ability to actually turn it on in the playoffs. And that, I mean, you got Kawhi, you got James Harden, you got some solid. They have a solid team, but I don't see them really going anywhere. As far as a contender, obviously the Warriors, but I think the Timberwolves are set up to to have a good run in the playoffs if they can get past like the first round matchup with whoever it would be. The Rockets, even though they're a number 2, I would say also pretender too because it's the Rockets.
They just don't have a lot of experience.
Like all they
on
have
that
is
roster.
Dylan Brooks, and Dylan Brooks is fucking garbage.
I mean, they got Alperen Sengun too.
Yeah. But I mean, like things get different in the playoffs, and in
They
the
got
playoffs,
Jalen Green. I mean, like they got a solid squad. I mean,
Right.
they're the number 2 seed. That's
but
not
these
something
guys
to take
have never.
lightly.
These guys have never won a playoff series, and that's what I'm saying is that like. Yeah, like the Thunder, I'm also skeptical of them because
Because
it's
like
a
they were
bunch of
first round exits last year.
right, and it's a bunch of young players, and yeah, they had a great season, but the playoffs are different, bro, and you have to play a team fucking at least 4 times, 3 times, depending on the round, and if you cannot adjust your matchups, and if the other team can hone in on you defensively, it can really make things different. So.
So
The West is just so loaded, though. I mean, just
Yeah.
look at like you got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you got LeBron, you got Jokic, you got Harden, you got Leonard, you got AE, you got Curry, you got Butler, you got John Morant with the fucking Grizzlies still. I mean, they're Luka with the Lakers. It's fucking loaded, bro. And then you look at the East.
And it's like you got your top two dogs
can you
with
name?
the Cavs and the Celtics.
Who can you name in the East besides
Okay, like-
Tatum, Brown, Jalen Brunson, Tyler Halliburton,
Spider Mitchell. You got
yeah.
Carl Anthony Towns
Donovan
now
Mitchell,
with the Knicks.
right.
I mean, you still have Damian Lillard is
Giannis.
done for the season.
Actually,
but, I mean,
yeah. Now that I
Giannis-
think about it, the East is pretty loaded too.
Now that I think about it.
Honestly, yeah, dude. And
I
that's
mean, like
why it's
even the Pistons came out of nowhere this year. Like, I mean, they got who do they have? They got Cade Cunningham, Malik Beasley.
dude, Cade Cunningham is a fucking baller too.
Cade Cunningham is a baller.
Malik
like,
Beasley out of Kentucky.
they got Dennis Schroeder,
He can
Tobias
shoot it.
Harris. They got a solid
even
squad.
dude, the Heat are even 10. That's fucking Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero
Shit, yeah,
and
I forgot about Bam.
fucking Andrew Wiggins on that team. But you know what's crazy?
Low key, the East is loaded. It's like
Is that-
silently loaded.
Is that like this is like almost like a golden age of basketball.
It really is. There's
Because
a lot of
there's so many good players throughout.
you know, that's kind of
all
how I
the
feel about the
teams.
NFL. I wanted to talk about that, but it's an
You know what I
NBA
mean?
podcast. So let's talk about the NBA today.
Like we were in at first, we were like the East is ass, and then we were like, wait, hold
We're
on,
like, oh wait, there's
hold
actually
on.
kind of some good players
Giannis
on
is
here.
number 5. The Bucks are number 5.
Yeah,
Like you know what I mean? That's
I
crazy.
think-
But even like the Cavs are like a big surprise. But,
so like, who would be your contender for the or for the East, and your pretenders for the East?
well, I mean, for sure, I would say like Giannis. You can't count him out.
Right.
The Celtics will be there. The Cavs.
Are those your pretenders?
I would say yeah, because it's like Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley are like, and then they have that other guard Garland.
Oh, Darius Garland.
Yeah, Darius Garland. So I mean, but it's like my biggest
Evan
thing
Mobley's
is
a badass dude. Like,
yeah, great center, dude. Beautiful rebounder, fucking can really finish around the rim.
he's like the third best player on the team, and he's a badass.
But what I'm saying is that like, if these guys haven't done it in the playoffs before, it's hard for me to fucking.
I guess that's right.
to
Like,
get behind
playoff
them.
experience takes you a long way because, like,
Yeah.
looking at the West, like, I think my contenders are the Lakers, Warriors, and like Lakers are the 3 seed, Warriors are the 6 seed. Like, I think those are my 2 biggest contenders
Right.
in the West, and then like my pretenders would probably also be like the Rockets, like you said,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because like they have no playoff experience and
Besides
playoff-
Dylan Brooks, but I mean,
Right, but like playoff
Dylan Brooks.
experience takes you a long way in this league. And then same thing with the East, like the Celtics have that confidence coming off of last year. And like they're only 4 games behind the Cavs at the number 2 seed. So it's not like they're excessively far behind. I mean, 4 games is 4 games. Like that's a week.
No, I know,
That's
but
a
if
week
you
difference.
look at the East, they have 2 60-win teams. In the West, you only
Basically,
have
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
The Rockets are right there at 52 wins,
52.
but I think that shows you how tough the West is that from bottom to the top, every game that you play night in and night out is going to be
means that
competitive.
much more.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
the
So it's-
Spurs, as bad as they were towards the back half of the season, like they still had 33 wins, and they were
Yeah,
only
yeah. Dude,
5 games behind the play.
You're still playing like teams like the Pelicans. Like they have CJ McCollum. They have fucking what's his name?
Oh, the one that's always injured. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't.
Zion.
Zion Williamson. So they all have ballers. I mean, the West is just like through and through, just a better like conference. But at the same time, the East is very fucking well rounded,
Yeah.
where your top 6, 7 teams can really just beat each other. And so that's what makes the NBA playoffs so intriguing. And it doesn't matter like for LeBron if he's a 3 seed or a 6 seed, and it doesn't matter for Curry if he's a 7 or a 4, because when these guys get into to these matchups, they really are able to fucking
That's when they know how to turn
show exactly why they are who they are. You know what I mean?
No,
and
I get you.
like I said, like I would take Steph and the Warriors over the Rockets in the first round matchup any day of the
Well,
week.
like, okay, so right now,
And,
like,
like, who
as the
wouldn't? Who
standings
wouldn't?
as the standings are right now, the Warriors would lock in as the 6, the Lakers would lock in as the 3, which means that's a first round. That's the first round of the playoffs.
Well,
Lakers Warriors.
Yeah.
And like
So-
the Lakers added Luka, and that was the headline after February. So it's like, who are you taking in a 7, or actually it's a 5-game series for the first round, right? Or is it 5?
I think it's 5.
Yeah, so like a 5-game series, who are you taking? Lakers with Luka and LeBron, or the Warriors with Butler and Curry? Like,
Yeah.
those are two teams that made drastic changes to their lineups at the trade deadline.
Yep.
So it's like, who are you really taking? Are you taking Luka, who just came off of that final experience with LeBron, who's been one of the most prolific players ever to play the game? Or are you taking the Warriors with Curry as one of the best shooters of all time, if not the best? And then you add somebody like Jimmy Butler with that playoff experience. And on top of that, you also have Draymond Green, which is an addition to their defense that the Lakers are kind of lacking, but yet they're 3 seeds ahead.
And people forget that Jimmy Butler fucking willed the Miami Heat to the Eastern Conference Finals
Yeah,
against
dude,
the,
like he
against
carried
the fucking
them heavy.
Celtics. Yeah, so it's like when you have that much star power, it's like, dude, it's hard to count against them. But that's why I think that playoff basketball is just so much fucking different than the regular season.
Oh, 100%.
And so right now it's just about filling the spots. And then once they start playing the playoff games, that's when we're going to really see these fools come out. And
Right,
that's
'cause,
what I'm
like,
excited for,
last
honestly.
last year, Luka and the Mavs were the 5 seed. And like, I mean, they were the 5 seed. That's respectable, but nobody had them making the finals. And like, nobody realized how prolific of a player Luka Doncic was until last year in the playoffs. Like, he turned it on when he needed to. He was turning up on guys that were winning Defensive Player of the Year in years past. You know, players that were they were like, oh, there's no way that these guys are going to get past the number 1 seed, the number 3 seed, the number 6 seed. Like, these guys were counted out all year long, and they made the playoffs. So it's like Luka, and then you add him to a true contending team like the Lakers. I think that's scary.
Okay, yeah, but the Lakers do have some flaws too. So we
Right,
have to,
they don't have that big name, that big man like AD that they lost. And I mean,
no, I mean they have like a very good supporting cast. They have Rui Hachimura's on there. They got fucking
Dorian
Austin Reeves.
Finney-Smith,
Austin Reeves,
yeah.
very underrated player in my opinion. That guy,
Dalton
he can do
Knecht,
it
too.
all. But like I said, what's really gonna wheel those teams is the leadership in the playoffs. And so like the Lakers, just having LeBron on your team alone is it's kind of almost like let me get past the first 2 rounds for sure,
Right.
Like free because it's LeBron. You know what I mean? And you think LeBron's gonna lose to Houston in a fucking playoff? No
Hell
way,
no.
dude. Like LeBron will
but
literally.
does LeBron lose to Curry in the first round?
Well, no. I mean, maybe. But what I'm saying is that like, if LeBron ended up in a matchup against Houston, you would see this different level of LeBron come out because he's like, bro, we are not gonna lose to these fucking guys. You know, when he plays Curry, it's different, like because you know they're right there with him, but. Like it's almost like a pride thing where he's like, like hell no, I'll do whatever it takes to
get
not
to the
lose to
next
Houston.
round,
Yeah, like
just
we can't
to
lose
play
to
a better
Houston.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, exactly. I completely.
But
get
only
that.
certain players have that in them. Like I can see like Tatum, Giannis, they all Jalen Bruns, they have like that killer instinct in them where they're like, no matter what, I'm not gonna let my team lose to these fools, and then they just go off for these huge games. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see like certain players going off for like 40, 50 bombs in the first rounds of the playoffs, just so they can like make it known, like, all right, we're real. You know what I mean? But that's just what I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's fair to say.
I love fucking basketball, bro. That shit's the shit.
Dude, this podcast has been going on for a while. We're almost at like a 2-hour mark, I think.
Bro, I don't even know where we are. Where
Yeah,
are we?
huh?
145.
I don't even know. Dude, I forgot Blue was here. That's crazy. Huh?
We started at. Remember when I said it's 8:16?
Dude, it's 10 o'clock right now?
Dude, if we
Holy
hit
shit.
10:16, that's 2 hours.
Well, I mean, I guess we can talk for fucking 20 minutes more.
I mean, why not? Let's kick it to 2 hours.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel about the global fucking status of the world right now?
Blue,
Like,
shut up. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you guys Donald Trump supporter? Who do you guys fuck with? I don't know.
We're not getting political here
Just
on this
kidding.
sports podcast.
Okay, one thing I wanted to mention. Though,
Okay, wait. Before we continue,
not political
No,
either.
before we continue, I just want to clarify. Who is your pretender for the East? I already got your contender, but who's your pretender for the East? Mine.
I would say the Cavs.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm saying the Pacers.
I mean,
At 4.
yeah, but I mean, is that really a pretender if you're at 4? I mean, I like to knock down the big teams, so that's why I said.
Okay,
like,
so then I'll go the Knicks then at 3. Is that better?
No.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
think
that's
that
good.
is better
That's good.
because like
the Cavs.
I could
I'm just saying,
100% see the
like,
Knicks blowing it in the first round.
Right. But I mean, I can see like the fucking Cavs having like
Well, because
a
like
couple
right now,
bad games
as it
and they
stands,
lose
the
to,
Knicks
like,
would play the
Magic.
Pistons. The Knicks would play the Pistons.
Right.
I mean, I see the Knicks winning that, but like I could also completely see them blowing
Hey,
that.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade
Never
Cunningham,
know.
hey,
You know what I mean?
your guy? Is that your guy?
Yeah. Blue may or may not have lost $100,000 on Cade
Oh,
Cunningham.
I thought you were gonna say he lost something else to him.
No. That was also a long time ago. But sometimes, guys, the parlays get out of control, and you might throw down like a whole band if you're that confident.
That's fair.
And then you lose, and then you're left wondering, why did I do that? And am I a good person? And should I just go jump off a bridge? But yeah, anyways.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I would say the Cavs. That's my pretender in the
Okay,
East.
that's fair. I'll say the Knicks just because of the 3 seed instead of the Pacers. But both of those teams are kind of pretenders to me.
Jalen Brunson, though, bro.
Dude, Jalen Brunson's a dog.
I can't.
I don't like Cat. I don't like Cat.
No, dude, I like Cat too, but I can't I can't doubt Brunson because he's one of those guys that in a playoff game will go for like 50 if he has to. And then
Cat or Brunson?
No, Brunson.
Oh,
and then
yeah, yeah,
having Cat there only helps because it's
I
like,
just
oh,
think
somebody's
Cat
gonna
is
guard
so
that for him.
capped. Like his ceiling is like capped. Like
I
we've
think
seen his
he's
ceiling.
underrated, honestly.
No,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
I
guy
think
is-
he's like perfectly rated.
he's like 7 foot and can still shoot
I think
the 3.
I don't think he's underrated. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's like perfectly rated. Like if you were to rate him any higher, he'd be overrated. If you were to rate him any less, he'd be underrated. Like I think Cat is perfectly rated, and like even at the trade deadline, or he was traded at the trade deadline, right? It wasn't before the season, or was it?
No, it was like probably like halfway through the first half of the season.
Was it?
It wasn't
Okay.
it wasn't a deadline move.
It wasn't the deadline.
No.
Okay.
Because they moved him early and then but I don't know
But he
why.
started the season with the Wolves, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And then they shipped him out, but
Gotcha.
I think Cat is underrated because for his size, like I think like he almost won the 3-point contest.
Did he?
Yeah, like he was like
No
in
way.
the running. Yeah, like he was. I mean, just for his size to be invited to
I mean,
the
yeah,
3-point
he's like
contest.
7 feet tall.
But I mean, he's just a shooter, and like a lot of people don't value like his ability to fucking not only shoot the 3, but also play as a big man and still like body down in the paint, get the fucking rebounds, do all the dirty work. But then he can step out and hit a fucking 3. You know what I mean? Like I would, if I was the Timberwolves, I would have much rather gotten rid of Rudy Gobert than Cat.
1000%.
Like even
I
if
highly
like you
agree
don't
with
get the assets back, like you're still clearing the floor for him just to be more present. And like Rudy Gobert, like we know what he is. He's a shot blocker. He's a rebounder, and all he's going to shoot is bunnies at the rim. That fool's got no jump shot. So to me, the value in the offense would have been with Cat, but I mean, you know, I'm not a GM, bro. I just,
You're right.
you
You're
know,
not.
I just
So
chill.
shut the fuck up, Chris.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just
I'm
saying,
kidding, I'm
like,
kidding,
you know
I'm
what I mean?
kidding.
Like, why would you trade Cat? Like,
Yeah,
what
I
is
would.
that?
Why would you trade Luca?
Okay, so I have a theory on the Luka thing.
Okay, well,
is,
I have a theory too, but go ahead with yours.
no. So the thing with Luka is they knew that he was not going to resign with Dallas.
What?
Yes,
Dude, okay, where
knew.
are you getting your source
No,
from?
no.
What's your source?
Think about this.
No, think about this. He bought, I don't know how many million, I don't know if it was 20, 30, 40 million dollar home that he had just bought in Dallas because he knew that he was going to re-sign with Dallas. You can look it up. You can fact check me. So let me tell you my theory while you're fact checking me. So there's a theory that the owner, which is some girl, I don't know her name, she made her wealth off of casinos, right? She made her wealth off of casinos, and what she wanted to do was build a brand new stadium or incorporate a casino into the Dallas Mavericks stadium. And it was her against the Texas legislature. And Texas was like, no, we're not going to be implementing a casino into Texas. And she's like, why not? Like, this is the Mavericks. Like, it's going to bring in an enormous amount of money. And they're like, well, if we do it for you, we're going to have to do it for everyone else. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and relocate the Mavericks to Las Vegas so Las Vegas can have a team and so that I can have my casino. And they were like, no, Dallas is very well appreciated and loved, or the Mavericks are very well appreciated and loved in Dallas, so you're not moving them. And then she was like, out of retaliation, she was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take away your star player from your team if you're not going to let me relocate or get a casino in the stadium. And they said, they basically said like, bet, like, you're not going to do that shit. She's like, watch me. And then she fucking did it. And she traded him to a contender, which was the Lakers, knowing that the Lakers have a history of going out and getting big players like they did with, what's his name back in the day? Pau Gasol? Was it Pau Gasol that they got? And they added him to Kobe and Shaq, right? Yeah. Isn't that what it was? And they went.
Well, they were gonna get Chris Paul too back.
And they won fucking championships with him. So
okay,
it's like
so
that's the theory behind it.
Number one, you're high as shit.
You're high.
You're
I'm
higher.
not the one that's high.
You're higher than giraffe pussy right now,
dude. You're telling me that doesn't make sense?
No, dude. Look, it honestly came down to this simple thing: is they knew Luka was not going to resign.
Oh my god,
so,
dude! He was up for like a $300 million contract.
I know, but he doesn't have to sign that.
And he just bought a multi-million-dollar home.
This guy can buy as many homes as he fucking wants. Like a home in Dallas means nothing. Okay, look, here's the biggest thing, right?
Dude, he was crying when he went back to Dallas the other day.
Yes, dude, I would cry too. Fuck, you were there forever. Okay, look, the biggest thing that the Mavericks did wrong was ever acquiring Kyrie.
He bought a $15 million home.
That was the biggest problem they ever fucking had. Was acquiring Kyrie and putting two ball handlers in the same position to play at the same time. Right there, that's a red flag. Okay? Not only that, Luka at some point has to show some disinterest in the organization or not wanting to be in Dallas.
Yeah, so the other thing was like everybody or all the coaching staff and all the athletic trainers were all like, he doesn't want to participate in like the athletic training and all that stuff, and he's putting on weight, and they put him at 270 pounds.
Okay.
But yet he's clocking in at like 230 with the Lakers.
At some point, as an organization, if you know, okay, Luka's contract is coming up, right?
Right.
He's got about a year left.
He's out for a contract this year, like after this year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He would have been up after this season. Right.
He was up for a max contract of like 320 something.
So they already are talking to his agents.
Right.
And are saying, okay, what's the possibility? What's this going to look like? How many years are we looking at? What do you get? They're throwing feelers out there, right?
Right.
At some point, they get some sort of inclination that he's walking. No matter what. He's not going to sign here. He's going to go. He's leaving. So if you're the Mavs, the best thing to do is to fucking trade him for whatever the fuck you can get. If you get AD, that's a fucking win, bro. Because you're about to lose this guy for nothing. He's going to walk in the offseason.
All right, look at this. His max contract offer with the Mavericks would have been a 5-year, $345 million
right, because they have his bird
deal.
rights. They have his bird rights.
Now he's only eligible for a 4-year, $229 million
exactly.
contract. I say only like it's a chump change, but like you're telling me that you're going to take $120 million less to go play in LA?
Dude, it's Luka, dude. He's not a flashy guy. Like, this guy is good with...
Dude, he was eligible for almost a $400 million
but it's
contract.
because of the bird rights. You know what the bird rights are?
No, what are the bird rights?
Okay, the bird rights are is that
like
if you drafted a player,
you
have
then
the
I know what
first
they are. I
chance
just didn't know what they were
to
called.
fucking re-sign them and retain them,
and
right?
that's your max contract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying is at some point, the organization got an inkling, got some sort of feeling that said he's not resigning here. He's not coming back. And the worst thing you can do is if, as an organization, if you know he's not coming back, you let him go for nothing. That's the worst thing you can do. At least now, even though it's Anthony Davis, yes, say what you want. He's fucking
So
injury
then why
prone.
don't you go out and get someone else other than Anthony Davis?
Because you need to find a trade partner, right? And you need to find a team that can afford to offer Luka an extension if he wants to stay there. So not every team and every superstar is eligible for that. You know what I mean? So they had AD, who the Lakers were going to have to extend, right? In theory. But no, let's ship him. Let's get Luka. And now let's extend Luka if we can. I mean, it's
that's some bullshit.
It is, but that's the way the league works, dude. And like I said, if you're a team that knows your superstar is dipping, you have to make a move. You have to trade them because you cannot come away with nothing. You can't come away empty-handed. And as bad as it sounds, that's exactly what they did.
So then why didn't...
I don't think he was ever going to do.
I
No,
don't think
he
he was
was
ever
gonna
going to
dip.
dip either.
Yes,
like,
he
okay, then
was.
why don't you trade him to Phoenix instead and get Kevin Durant, your top 5 player? You didn't mention Anthony Davis as a top 5 player.
No, because he's not right now.
Exactly. So then go ahead and get Kevin Durant instead. Why specifically trade him to the Lakers and get Anthony Davis, knowing that he's made out of damn glass and he can't stay healthy for a
because
full
you have a
season?
chance to extend him. You do. You really do. Like if they trade you to Dallas, right? If you're AD and you know you're already fucking like injury prone, right? These guys are going to extend you. So why not go there and get the extension? But really, it's not up to AD because the Lakers had his rights and they shipped him away.
Well, because
so
okay,
AD could walk.
So then you're saying that it was just like a media. I don't know what you call it, but like
not a
Luka
stunt.
claimed that he didn't know about it until it happened.
No, yeah.
So you think that's like a media stunt?
No, that is true. Because all that shit happens behind closed doors.
So what you're saying is he talked to his agent and he's like, I don't want to sign with Dallas. His agent went behind his back, told the organization, and then the organization was like, all right, let's trade him now.
No.
Because that's what you're saying would happen.
No, yes, but I'm not saying it was that direct. It's just they have an inclination, like they have a feeling. They already
like their
know.
intuition.
Yes, they already know. Like something is telling them, like, okay, this guy is not buying in. He's not working out the way he should. He's not fucking doing what the coaches want. We already kind of know that.
He just dropped 45 on the Mavericks.
Exactly. Okay, that's fine. But it's like these guys know we're about to lose this asset that is worth so much for nothing. We are literally about to lose it. So instead of losing it, let's move them and let's get something back and hope we can retain whatever we get back. This is not something new. This happens all the time, especially in sports. But it's because, like, your agent doesn't have to come out and say that, oh, we don't want to be here. They already know. They can tell by the conversations you're having. They can tell, like, hey, dude, what do you think about this contract? This is what we're thinking. And then the agent's like, you know what? Instead of discussing it or whatever, they're just like, we'll get back to you. You know what I mean? So, like, these guys are smart, bro. Like, if you're running an NBA team, it's pretty smart. So, at some point, you know that we're going to lose this asset. So, let's get something back. That's all that trade was about. And it just happened to be that LeBron and the Lakers were in position to fucking execute it. But think about it. Who did they let go? AD, another superstar that LeBron had asked to trade for. You know what I mean? It's all.
So you think
LeBron had a hand in this.
Do you think LeBron was the one that was saying like go out and get Luka?
LeBron had a hand in that for sure, dude. Because what does LeBron need? He needs a ball handler.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a fucking big man. He is the big man. He can play whatever position.
Can play the big
he can play 1 through 5.
Yeah.
But what I need is another fucking point guard that can knock down shots. Because who did he win with in Cleveland? Kyrie. Kyrie fits the same mold.
Kyrie's so fucking good.
He fits the same fucking mold, bro. It's right there. It's all right in front of you.
He's just a bigger body.
It's just you have to think of it that way. Like, it's a business, bro. And yeah, as much as Dallas didn't want him to go, they knew he was leaving. So trade him away, get something back, try to recoup whatever it is that you're gonna lose. As easy as it gets. You had a crazy theory though. That shit was wild.
It was crazy. It was good though, huh? All right, so let's round this out with some trivia. We can cut this if we don't like it, but let's go ahead and round it out with some trivia. I got a trivia question lined up for you. Can you name me 5 out of the top 10? We're going back to our roots. Can you name me 5 out of the top 10 points per game leaders in the NBA right now?
Points per game.
Actually, let's go 5. Let's see if you can get 5.
Points per game?
Points per game, not points scored. Points per game.
No, I know, but that's still kind of like points scored. Shea Gilgeous.
Okay, number 1.
You said top 5?
No, just 5 out of the top 10.
5 out of the top 10. Steph?
Nope.
Not in there.
Steph is 12.
Who else is scoring a bunch? DeMar DeRozan.
Nope. Not
Really?
even close. Not even close.
Damn, who else is filling it up then?
DeMar DeRozan isn't even. Oh, he's 21.
Oh shit, he's way fucking
Yeah, he's not
down
even in
there.
the top 20.
Giannis,
Giannis is number 2.
Jokic.
Jokic is number
Why
3.
didn't I guess those guys? What
Yeah,
was
why
I doing
didn't
right there?
you?
I
So
was trying to
you got number 1, 2, and 3.
I was trying to go for like the home run, you know. But that was my 5 guesses, no?
I mean, yeah, but let's see how far you can go.
Okay, so we had Shea, we had Giannis, we had Jokic.
That's in order. Shea with 32, Giannis with 30, Jokic with 29.
Tatum.
Tatum is 5 with 26.8.
Okay. What's fucking villain?
Your favorite player
My favorite
that
player?
we were just talking about.
Durant.
Kevin Durant is number 6, 26.6 points per game.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I kind of fit.
He's got a running mate on this list too.
Booker.
D-Book is number 9 with 25.7 points
This is exactly what I was saying, Adam. This is all they do is score. That's all they want to do is score. You can't win an NBA fucking title just with scoring.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good list. I like that.
Yeah, well, you're not. So Anthony Edwards is number 4.
Oh, why did I even say him?
Yeah, Cade Cunningham is 7.
Oh yeah.
Jalen
yeah.
Brunson is 8.
Cade Cunningham is a problem.
And Dame is number 10. R.I.P. Dame for the season.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can
For the
RIP a
season.
lot of people at this
I
point.
mean, yeah.
but
Trey
yeah.
Young, number 14. Cat at 13. Cat's at 13?
Well, I mean, he was hurt a
24
lot though.
24
Cat was hurt a lot.
No, he's played 72 games this year.
Damn.
That's almost the whole season.
That's a whole season.
That's only
already.
missing 10 games.
Why did I
Steph
feel
has
like he
missed
was
more
hurt?
games than Cat.
Yeah. No,
crazy.
I mean they sit Steph a lot.
Well, the
just
one
based
that's
on
missed
rotation.
the most games off of this list is KD. It's Dame. Dame. Well, I mean, he got cut short. He was at 58 games played, but KD is the next at 62.
True.
He played 62 games.
That is wild. That's a good list though.
That is a good list. I mean, the most on this list is shit. He's at number 14. Anthony Edwards at 78 games. Holy shit. That's some healthy.
That's Iron Man shit
That
right
is,
there.
yeah.
You don't see that a
did you
lot.
see? Speaking of iron, did you see what people or like not people? What did you see? What the league wants to start calling Jason Tatum
What?
the anomaly?
Yeah,
you see
no,
that
he's
stupid
not.
shit? He's
No.
not the anomaly, bro.
Dude, that would mean you'd have to be better than LeBron and everyone.
Yeah,
Anomaly.
Like,
I
are
mean,
you
maybe
fucking
that's just
serious?
a good nickname to give him. Maybe he has like some sort of sponsorship deal.
What you think he has an alien sponsorship anomaly?
Yeah, maybe. You never
Definition
know.
of anomaly is something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected.
Yeah, no.
I think there's 5 guys better than Jason.
When
Tatum.
you fucking choke in the playoffs over and over again, that's not an anomaly.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Give me Shea over Jason Tatum. Actually, I should have said Shea for our top 5. What the fuck am I on?
Well, Shea is actually, I would say he's better of a player than Tatum, but Tatum has a better team.
oh yeah,
You know what I
of
mean?
course.
Like it's just more filled with like players that like Al Horford's on the team.
dude, Al Horford's so
Yeah,
old.
yeah. You got Jalen
Like
Brown.
60.
You got fucking. They're just a deeper team than the fucking than the Thunder. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at that at all. But I mean, I would not give Jason Tatum that fucking nickname though. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, that's pretty gay. All right, well, do you have anything else to say before we? Round this out. We're at the 2 hour mark.
2 hours. Oh my god,
Dude, this has been a long one.
Yeah, this is a long one.
How was NBA our longest podcast? I think it's just because we were going back and forth.
I mean, I just love a ball in my hand.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
shut the fuck up.
And I said this last
You
time.
like blues balls in your hand.
Whoa, whoa! I mean, he has some nice balls. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue, I got a question for you. I know you're off mic. Do you get blue balls or do you just have blue
I
balls?
have blue balls right now.
Oh, you have blue balls?
No, they're just regular. They're regular balls because they're always blue.
Are they blues balls or are they blue balls?
They're my balls.
Okay.
Oh shit! You got a lot of balls, dude.
You got a lot of balls, dude.
But yeah, no. I mean, I like talking NBA because it's like, especially with somebody that like, not that I'm gonna say you're like an NBA novice, but like, I feel like there's a lot for you to learn still.
No,
about the
there is a
NBA.
lot for me to learn still, but
You
at
know what
least
I
I
mean?
can actually hold a conversation
No,
about
yeah,
NBA.
which is fine. But like,
Clearly, we had a 2 hour podcast over
right?
it, so
but like some of like your shit that you said, like KD overrated, is
dude,
like
Katie's overrated.
that's like blasphemy,
Bro,
dude.
oh my
like,
god. Okay,
like,
guys,
dude,
if,
you
comment
you,
down below if you've made it this far. If Katie
You
is
might get
overrated,
shot
please,
somewhere
dude. Yeah, I'll get
for
shot in
saying that.
fucking in.
Dude, you
where am
might.
I gonna get shot? In Oklahoma? Like whoop de doo, you're gonna get shot anyway.
No,
You're
in
fucking,
Maryland, where he's from.
Dude, oh my
but anyways,
dude.
there's just certain things like that where I'm
Fun
like,
fact: if you guys didn't know, Kevin Durant was actually drafted by the Seattle SuperSonics.
yeah, before they switched to the Thunder, and he
Thunder.
actually went to Texas too.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I just think it's funny to see like, how your opinions on the NBA are. Because sometimes I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? That is just,
Dude,
you know.
shut up.
But I don't know. I like hoops. I like hoops more than probably almost any other sport besides the NFL. But it feels nice just to be able to fucking talk some hoops. You
know what? I'm gonna quiz you because I know you're like a college fanatic. What college did Shea go to?
Shea?
Yeah.
Shit, that one's hard. I don't even know. Kentucky.
Shit, he did go
Yeah.
to Kentucky.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Then- okay. Where did Anthony Edwards go?
AE went to Georgia.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was like
did go
the
to
only
Georgia.
good player that they've ever had.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I definitely could not tell you this.
Go
like,
ahead,
at all.
do another
All
one.
right, let's go. I'm just going off of this list right here. D-Book.
Kentucky.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Yeah.
Trey Young.
Fuck, I can't. No. Can I pass on that?
Nah. Just throw out something. You might get it right.
No, dude, because I can't see it.
Okay, they're known more for their football.
Yeah, which like
No, this
fucking
college is known
Missouri.
more for their football. No, Oklahoma.
Okay,
OU.
close.
The Sooners.
All right, one more.
I'm gonna go deep. Let's go.
Oh, go deep, please.
Shut the fuck up.
The deeper the better.
Go, maybe not that deep.
Go, the deeper the better.
Jaren Jackson Jr. I know he's.
Jaren Jackson.
He played for Memphis. I know that.
Yeah.
Where did he go to school? I have no idea, honestly. I'm not even gonna.
They're
pretend.
also kind of known for their their football team. They were good in basketball this year.
Dude, I mean that like Arkansas, maybe LSU.
Michigan State.
Oh, that's right. He's a Spartan with fucking Draymond.
Actually, I'm gonna give you one more. This is
All right,
kind of
one
fun.
more.
All right,
All right.
one more.
I like this actually.
This is pretty fun. Let's go, Donovan Mitchell.
No. Donovan Mitchell. Where did he go to school at? A small school for sure. I wanna
It's
say.
not. It's actually a pretty big college or
Is it?
basketball college.
No.
Like, think of your top dogs in college.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
I feel like I don't remember seeing him anywhere.
He came into the league in 2017, so he played here from 15 to 17.
No, dude, he said big name. I'm gonna pass. I don't know that one.
It's University of Louisville.
He went to Louisville?
He went to
True. Okay,
Louisville.
that's crazy. That's wild.
Where did Jalen Williams go?
That one I don't know. That's a hard one.
Yeah, I couldn't definitely.
Jalen, like
He went to Santa
Oklahoma
Clara.
State?
Okay, I don't
Santa
blame
Clara.
you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for that.
Brandon Pajimski went to Santa Clara too.
Who?
Brandon Pajimski.
does he play for?
He plays for the Warriors. He's their backup point guard.
Oh, the white guy.
Yeah, the white guy with the little fro.
Yeah, with the fro. Yeah, he looks like
balls.
an off-brand Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Santa Clara grad.
Damn.
Right there. Yeah, Steve Nash, also notable fucking alumni from there. He plays
Really?
soccer too. Yeah.
Where did Curry go to college? I know you love
Davidson.
This one. You don't
Easy.
even got to think twice about
No,
that.
hell no, bro.
Davidson.
Yeah, dude. And he
All right, where did LeBron go to college?
he didn't.
Trick question.
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd catch
He
you
was one of
slipping on
the.
that.
I think.
Yeah, he was one of the guys drafted out of high school.
No, I know, but there was like a few more like that were after him.
Sebastian
Sebastian Telfair was one.
Who?
Sebastian Telfair. He was supposed to be like the next LeBron, and he fucking crashed and burned into the ground.
Dang.
But yeah, he was like
He played for the Blazers?
and he didn't even go to high school to college either.
He did. No, he did. Oh, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He went
was
to K410
yeah.
Abraham Lincoln High School.
He was like one of the last ones that they let go. Like
from high school?
yeah, and then they were like yeah.
They were like, after we saw this guy, fuck
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
They got to
yeah.
go to college.
But no, but he was drafted really high though.
You know, LeBron and Curry were.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Sebastian Telfair, bro. That's
I remember that guy.
that's a crazy name to bring out on a podcast. If you know him,
That's
then-
elite ball knowledge.
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
then you know basketball.
What's like your biggest elite ball knowledge take? Like, I know that's a broad question.
I mean,
but
I mean, not elite ball knowledge, but just like showing people the Steph Curry run in the NCAA tournament his junior year at Davidson.
well, like, okay, I'm not gonna call you like a casual for that because like everybody knows that. I'm
No.
I know. I'm not
Not
saying
everybody
that.
knows
I know,
that,
I
bro.
know. I'm not saying
No,
that, but like,
no,
it's
no, no.
kind of well known around the league.
No, it's not.
Around the league.
No, it's not.
Dude,
A
that's
lot of
how- that's what got
a
him
lot
so
of-
high in
Yeah,
draft
but a lot of
stocks.
people think that he just came out of nowhere.
Right? No. I'm not saying
And
that
he literally
didn't-
took Davidson, bro.
I'm not.
Davidson, a school that nobody's ever heard of before or after.
Right.
Since,
I get that.
right? And he took them to the Elite Eight
No, I
and
get
almost
that.
beat Kansas. And all the way there, they beat Gonzaga, they beat Wisconsin, and they beat Georgetown. Those are three
You guys
huge
don't know
fucking
about
schools.
about Steph Curry's college run. Look it up. What was it? What year was it? 09?
08?
08?
08 or 09, one of those.
it
But
was
yeah,
09.
he was a junior, and he took Davidson all the way to the Elite Eight, and they barely
I thought it
lost
was the
to
Final
Kansas.
Four.
No, they lost to Kansas in the
shit.
Elite Eight. But like I said, they beat Gonzaga, Wisconsin, and Georgetown on the way there.
Damn.
Davidson, bro.
Shout out Davidson.
Like that's like UTEP doing that. Like that's unheard of, bro. Like that.
Dude,
Like,
did you know Aaron Jones played college basketball?
yeah,
at
he
UTEP?
played for UTEP. Yeah,
I
him
didn't
and his
know that.
brother too.
Yeah. Well, who's his brother?
I mean, they're like the same age. They're like twins, aren't they? They're like-
What?
yeah. Or he's a little bit older, but he played for
Alvin Jones.
Alvin Jones. Yeah.
He played in the league.
No, he played. Well, I don't know, but he played with UTEP as well.
No, he did. He played in the league.
For the Ravens.
Yeah, for the Ravens. Damn.
Yeah. So,
Yo,
He was
what?
a linebacker, I think.
but yeah, those are like we don't get a lot of notable players from UTEP, but
Yeah.
Thomas Howard was another one.
He's only 30 years old. Yeah, so they're right
Johnny
around the
Lee
same age.
Higgins was another one. I'm trying to think of some other notable. Brian Young. He's
They're the
from
exact
UTEP.
same age, 30 and 30. So they're probably not from the same.
I thought they were twins, honestly. Not like
think they're-
not like
No, they're fraternal twins.
yeah, not like the ones that they look like exactly like, but like still born at the
Wait,
same
okay,
time.
let me see. December 2nd, 1994 is
I could be
Alvin
wrong.
Jones.
Yeah, but shout out to them.
It just says 1994 for Aaron Jones. It doesn't say a date.
Maybe
Wow, that was nasty.
maybe he was never born.
Maybe. Shut the
Maybe he's reincarnated. You know?
His jersey.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe they are twins. Yeah, December
I'm-
2nd,
I'm telling you,
1994.
they're twins, bro.
What?
Like I don't know why. I don't know why. Like I always thought they were twins.
Yo, wait, you learn something new every day.
I learned.
Okay, but you see how I'm always right about shit like
Dude,
this?
shut up.
And then you guys are always like, nah, this nigga no.
Aaron Jones' twin brother is Alvin Jones Jr. They are fraternal twins
Yeah,
with
not
Alvin
paternal.
being... Alvin is 30 minutes older.
Huh? Yep.
What?
Could have told you that.
Shut up.
But no, like you see how like on some shit I do speak the truth, and you guys always are like, nah.
Like KD
But,
being
like-
a good... No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
I mean, like,
I'm kidding.
well, not about like Blitzkrieg or whatever. Like,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I already knew what that was, and then whatever we asked
Dude,
after
Blitzkrieg
that,
is some
you know
crazy
what I mean?
shit. You guys
But,
should go back and listen to yesterday or last week's podcast, just like the first 10 minutes of it.
The next
so
ep-
you can hear Chris talk about Blitzkrieg.
The next episode is going to be about World War II. only.
Dude, no.
Yes.
All right, guys. So I think that just about does it
What
for
else are we gonna
today's
talk about?
podcast. Next week, we got a draft primer for you guys.
Oh my god!
Because the week after that, it'll be NFL draft. So are you ready, Chris? Are you ready for the NFL draft? I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm ready for the NFL draft.
I
I'm
might
excited
be
that it's here.
watching like nothing but NBA, but I'm still down.
Well, you're gonna keep up with it.
Yeah.
And so will I.
We're good.
We're gonna be keeping up with it next week.
All I
we're
gotta
gonna-
say real fast is I love you, Blue.
What about me? What
We're
about
not
me?
there yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't look honestly, dude.
I have a podcast with you, and we're not there
I know,
yet.
but I don't throw the L word around. You know what I mean? Like I really don't. Like
Dude, the L word, really?
yeah. Like I don't even like.
So
no,
what about
no.
your dog?
I love Bud.
And you don't love me?
Nah, you're not my dog.
I've been around like 10 times longer than Blue.
I know.
I mean, than
no,
Bud.
not than Blue.
Then Bud.
Yeah, then Bud. Yeah, but I mean, you also don't sleep right next to me and shit. So,
I could.
You could if you did that. Might throw you the L word. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm really selective.
You gotta
about
throw
that.
you gotta throw Milan out of the bed though.
Yeah. Of course. Well, I mean, it's a pretty big bed. We can all fit.
It's a
honestly.
pretty big bed. Oh, you
It's
want
a
me to sleep in the
California
middle
king.
or what?
Well,
You
can
got a
sleep
California king, man. You bougie like that.
Yeah, I am.
Bed, what do you sleep in, a twin?
Yes. Sleeps in his car.
He sleeps in a twin bunk.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to. I mean, I just like my space, you know. So
Yeah.
like, the bigger the bed, the better, you know. Like somebody said
The bigger
that
the
before.
blue, the better.
Yeah.
All right, well that just about does it for this week's podcast. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share. Make sure you check us out on our socials: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter too. I got a Twitter linked in that link tree. I do have a Twitter. We're reaching out to everybody. All right,
Okay.
Chris.
No,
we're
that's fine.
inclusive.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
We're talking NBA today. We're talking NCAA today. Next week we will be back to NFL. We'll probably be talking about.
We're gonna talk NBA.
Yeah,
still,
we're going
bro.
to talk
Come
NBA
on,
because
what
the
do you mean?
playoffs are starting next week, so that'll be exciting. But we are getting ready for the NFL draft, and that is something exciting to talk about. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys tell your friends about it. Make sure you tell your grandparents about it. Anybody else you want to tell about it. Make sure the people that you L word, make sure you tell them about it. Make sure you tell them that this is the best
Oh my God.
podcast you've ever listened to. And until next time, we'll see you.
Peace.